Sports Center.
Well, the Sweet 16 is set. Both Texas Tech and Houston are still alive. They have advanced. Tech will face off against Arkansas on Thursday. Houston takes on Purdue on Friday. Texas Longhorns made it official yesterday, moving on from Rodney Terry. They will be hiring Sean Miller of Xavier as the team's next head coach. Longhorns quarterback Quinn Ewers set for Texas Pro Day and then a visit with the Dallas Cowboys.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It's Monday.
It is Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's a good Monday.
Is it?
Well, sure. Why not?
Aren't they all good?
No, not all of them.
All right.
Not all of them.
It's a good Monday.
Today is. Big storm rolls through last night.
Dude.
Man, was that nuts or what?
I'm glad the hail at my house looked more like the ice coming out of my ice maker,
Yes.
the Sonic ice, as opposed to those golf balls and baseballs that were landing in Kerrville.
Well, dude, I didn't go outside and look. Did you actually go outside and look?
Of course.
What the hell? I was just relaxing, enjoying the rain, the thunder, the lightning.
Yeah.
The pounding on the roof.
Well, when you see on the social media what was happening in Kerrville and hearing that a lot of it was coming sideways, I'm more worried about windows than I am roof at that point.
No kidding.
But when you hear that, and I went and moved, I've got a glass table on the patio, in between the two lawn chairs.
Yeah.
And I thought, I need to bring that glass table over underneath the covered patio and not have it out there if the hail was as big as I was thinking it was going to be.
Now, did you do that during the storm?
I did.
You did.
I did.
You did, huh?
I did. Because I didn't think about it until I said, I guess it's here.
Well, I actually knew it was coming.
Yeah.
As
of course you did.
Probably most people do.
You're the weather guy.
So we've got some little lights that are outside too, like that. We moved in, but nothing was nothing too bad. So it was all good.
Well, I was watching basketball, and so I'd grilled and put the covers back on the grill, thinking, all right, it's going to rain, but I didn't think the hail was coming to our part of town. Right?
It made it to our part of town.
It made it to our part of town because I kept seeing Hill Country, Kerrville, Bulverde, Smithson Valley's going to get it. Way up yonder, Austin, but I didn't see, the National Weather Service on at least Twitter wasn't talking about hail in San Antonio, at least until it was there. Then I was like, yeah, thanks for the update.
Well, Alexa told me. She said it was a weather alert. You don't get weather alerts from Alexa?
No.
Wow.
No.
I guess she likes me better than you. I don't know.
I don't. You ever wonder sometimes what's going on in the camera? I think that's
I have
the
no
wrong
idea,
one,
but I'm a little,
Yeah.
No, that's right. That's supposed to be you.
Huh?
Somebody move that thing because that's my camera over there.
Well, you were barely in the shot.
I know. I'm not supposed to be in the shot. You are. That's your one-shot camera.
Oh, is that what that is? Well,
yeah,
what about that one over there?
That's my one-shot camera.
Yeah, but your one-shot camera looked off.
Well, who the hell's been messing with the cameras?
Who the hell knows what goes on in this building on the weekend?
If you're watching on YouTube, you see Pledge's head.
Exactly.
That's perfect,
All right,
Pledge.
see,
Look at that.
Yeah, perfect.
There's no
Good
problem
job.
with that.
So somebody was in here and bumped the camera.
Somebody was bumping the cameras. I don't know what the hell those guys in the morning do.
I have no idea.
No clue.
I don't even know if you could blame them.
Well,
Yeah, blame those weekend guys.
yeah, the ghosts that are in here.
Sure, it's Edwin.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad Pledge noticed that because I didn't.
Oh,
I had no clue.
See, James Pledger says blame Ben from our sales department. Apparently had some clients in here earlier.
There you go. That's probably it.
Yeah, so it was probably old Ben.
That's probably it. Unless Ben's trying to, sell the Blitz.
Well, hopefully
it's okay.
he is.
That's all right.
Exactly. Just fix stuff on your way out.
Yes.
Or if you bump something, we hit that.
Yeah, we'd tell somebody.
Exactly. That's what you want to do.
Good weekend?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good weekend.
Had a great time. Went to the Gunslingers game.
Yeah.
And then walked across and went and saw Papa Roach.
Papa Roach.
Which was fantastic.
Yeah.
He told me to tell you hello.
That's good. Me and Papa, we're tight.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
He had words for you.
I'm sure.
Yes. His words for you were along the lines of Dan Hurley, but whatever. No, in all seriousness, it was a fun Saturday and kind of a lazy Sunday. But I'll tell you, the Gunslinger game was a lot of fun, and their quarterback is famous because he was on Last Chance U. That guy struggled quite a bit.
He did.
The difference between indoor football and outdoor football was obvious.
Yeah.
Because he was off target. The Gunslingers lost the game, and there were some weird things that I saw that I'm not sure who to be like. Tulsa or San Antonio kicked off to start the game and the second half, and I've never seen that before in football.
Did they have two separate coin tosses in arena football?
No, my guess is I have none, other than the ref screwed up, and however they won the toss or whatever, they didn't say the right verbiage. But I've never seen the same team kick off to start a game and to kick off to start the second half.
Huh. That is kind of weird.
That was weird.
Kind of weird.
And
yeah.
a very low scoring indoor game.
That's unusual.
Where they had on the scoreboard the over-under was 90.5. And it was like 28-20 or something like that.
Yeah, arena football, that's unusual.
Yes.
Usually it is high scoring. All right, well, I just got a big basketball fix all weekend.
Well,
pretty
of
much.
course, we all did.
Yeah.
Well, you got a golf fix, too?
I did.
Keep bragging. We saw the video.
Yeah, there was a really nice flight by Yingling. It was popped
Pop
open.
top again.
Yeah. It was delicious. It might have been the best flight I've ever had in my life.
Ew, free beer is free beer.
I'm telling
you
you.
earned it. I mean, you're now 1-41.
Yeah, but it's not about the past, man. It's not about the past. It's about moving forward. This is a whole new year, 2025.
I'm trying to think of, the teams that go through long droughts, and when they finally win, act like it. Like there is a great video on the San Antonio Sports Star Instagram page today that you did talking about Dan Hurley winning like a man and losing like a man and act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
Although when you haven't been there before and you finally win one, I guess that's what it was like, because I think that was actually the first time I've had to buy you beer, because the other times that you might have won a beer bet, you hadn't paid off your other one yet, so it just canceled out.
That's what somebody mentioned on Instagram. It's like, or Twitter, one of the two. And maybe Joe should learn from Jason how to pay off a beer bet.
Mm-hmm. Instantly.
Yeah, instantly.
Instantly.
So I'm going to have to I'll take that under advisement, and we'll go from there. But it was fun, and it was very good, by the way. Just don't tell anybody that I brought that on the golf course illegally.
Well, it's not illegal, is it?
Well, it's not. It's kind of frowned upon, yes.
But it's one of those expected rules, right? I mean, is it really a rule or is it a suggestion? It's like, you're allowed to speed in the fast lane unless you see a cop, right?
Right.
It's the same kind of thing.
It's legal until you get caught.
Well,
is that what you're saying? Yeah.
And even then, if they catch you, what are they going to do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I need to get Beer Santa out there, though, because they don't sell flight at this particular golf course that I was at. So we need to have Beer Santa work on that.
Well, see, so there's your reason for it. Like, you guys don't sell my preferred beer.
Right.
So I have to bring my own.
Bring my own.
Yes.
Well, if I ever get caught and they say anything, that's what I'll use.
You're not going to get caught.
I won't.
You don't leave the evidence around long enough.
I have no. It's gone in the garbage very quickly. The can, that is.
Oh, good. I thought you were talking about your golf game.
Well, no, I actually played really well this weekend.
Sure.
Dude, I'm not kidding, man. Very well. I was very happy with it.
Did you break 80?
No,
okay.
I did not. But I normally don't. I'm a low 80s guy.
Low 80s.
Low 80s. Actually had a rough front nine, but rallied big time on the back.
Well, that's when the flights kicked in.
I shot 84. I'm happy with that. Good. from the Blue Tees.
A legit 84?
Legit, my friend, yes. See, I got to work on a handicap, so it has to be. I'm not one of these guys. I feel bad if I cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to cheat. So I'll be legit. He shot 84. I could have said I shot 94.
Why would you do that?
Well, because my handicap would be higher.
Oh.
Can't do that. Can't do it.
I got you. So you should have said you were, all those gimme putts. You shouldn't have counted those. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, if I don't put everything out. No. If it's in the leather, it's good. That's why you play golf.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, great weekend of college basketball. We'll talk about that. The Longhorns, let's see, since we went off the air Friday, made it official on parting ways with Rodney Terry and hiring of Sean Miller, although the Sean part, not yet officially official, but he is in Austin. And the most bizarre tweet that I've ever seen as far as a coaching search goes, I just find this interesting. Kirk Bowles tweeted out, I'm told new Texas basketball coach Sean Miller and his wife are in town looking for UT swag and anything in burnt orange before a press conference tomorrow or Wednesday. Don't they have all the swag available for these coaches? You would think that Chris Del Conte's got like a closet full of burnt orange ties to hand to the dude as you get ready for your press conference. And, if your wife needs a new shirt, I don't know, just go down to the University Co-op. Or here's all of our gear from the equipment manager. What would you like?
Exactly.
They're out shopping? I mean, if they were to say house shopping, all right, cool, I get that. But you're shopping for swag? Were they comparing prices between Academy and the Co-op? That makes no sense to me.
Well, it doesn't. But in Austin, you shouldn't have any trouble finding Longhorn gear, colors. I mean, all of that. But, yeah, I'm with you. CDC ought to have a whole room full of stuff. As a coach, take your pick.
Yeah.
Coach's wife, take your pick.
I mean.
Coach's kids, get out of here.
What size are you? Here is a suitcase full of everything. Actually, not even a suitcase. Here is a gym bag with the Longhorn logo on it, full of everything you need. Here you go.
Well, Sean Miller's not exactly a big dude. So
Sure.
maybe they had to go to the kids' store.
Oh, stop.
It's possible.
Stop. And the wife, same thing.
Get one of those mediums.
Here, what do you need? What do you need? Here it all is. That, like I said, I thought that was one of the more bizarre things. Although we're all giving you $5 million a year, so here's all the swag and a bill.
Exactly. That's why they're not giving him swag. Hey, dude, we're paying you $5 million.
Plus Rodney Terry to go away.
Yeah, so go buy your own stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. We'll get into some hoops coming up, but it's always football first here on the Blitz. Some Micah Parsons news as we continue here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at Circa Las Vegas CircaLasVegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts, featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Ever feel like everything in life is moving at hyperspeed? Slow things down with the all-new Nissan Murano, an unapologetic refuge amidst the daily hustle and bustle. Re-energize with massaging leather-appointed seats to melt away the tension of a busy day. Escape into your favorite music with a Bose premium sound system, or set the vibe with ambient mood lighting. Because sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Check out the all-new Nissan Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof, ambient lighting, and massaging leather-appointed seats are optional features.
I'm at a smoothie bar, asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. Divorce is tough. It's emotional, challenging, and can upend everything you've worked hard for. But here's the truth. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control and protect your financial future. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about protecting what you've built, securing your assets, and ensuring you have the resources to move forward with confidence. You've worked hard for everything you have, and we're here to help safeguard it and avoid unnecessary losses. If you're serious about protecting yourself through the divorce process and securing your future, Barton & Associates is the team you need by your side. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, we're all in the college basketball mode. Opening day of Major League Baseball is this Thursday, which obviously we're going to be in Vegas for that. Circa Las Vegas, Mega March weekend for Sweet 16 and opening day of Major League Baseball. Can't wait. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You can still get a wild hair and book your stuff and join us at Circa Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
Promo code BLITZ when you're booking your rooms. But all the new ballpark foods that have been announced, and we've seen a lot of stuff from various teams. The Texas Rangers did their deal today where they've introduced a bunch of ballpark food. And they just tweeted out 2 minutes ago some of their new food items. Now, I'm looking at, and it all looks incredible. Something called the Boomstick Burrito, which, I don't know, you need a family of 10 to eat. Big Papa Potato, which, you know, basically your brisket-filled baked potato. Bacon on a stick.
Dude, what is that underneath the bacon? I see the bacon on a stick, and it's laying on something.
I don't know. It looks like almost like a pork steak or maybe a rib. I don't know. I'm more focused on the bacon.
Doesn't look good.
They have a buffalo pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay. But the ones that I don't get, and they look fantastic. They got some new dogs and some crazy drunken noodles and some smoked wings. But we're talking about the Texas Rangers in Arlington, Texas. They've got a lobster roll.
Wow.
Okay. Now, that lobster roll looks pretty good, although I think that bread needs to have a lot more butter on it. Then they have lobster nachos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have lobster mac and cheese and Cajun nachos.
Now, I don't know, call me crazy, but I didn't know that Arlington was the seafood capital of the world, especially lobster.
I'm not exactly. Like, what's with the lobster infusion here within their menu? Or are they getting a hell of a deal on lobster up there in Arlington?
It's got to be it.
I mean, if I'm going to a Red Sox game, I expect to have a lobster roll.
Sure.
Right?
Okay, I got you.
When I think of, regional type foods, if you're in Seattle and they've got some incredible teriyaki chicken at a Mariners game, right? And again, they've got some incredible teriyaki restaurants all over in the Seattle area. But I don't think Rangers game, let's go get a lobster roll.
Yeah, this doesn't really, or lobster mac and cheese. It doesn't scream Texas Rangers baseball to me. Now, those hot dogs look pretty good.
Oh, somehow I knew you'd say that.
Those look great. But the bacon on the stick, no.
Well, I mean, you could tell they had some brown sugar on there, and then they added barbecue sauce to it.
Yeah, probably pass on that. That burrito looks good.
It does.
You want to eat for 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, but again, some of these, again, it looks good. I'm just thinking, why? I mean, let's go to a Rangers game and get a lobster roll.
Yeah, that could be a special when they play the Red Sox, but not every day.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if I'm there, I'll get it. Yeah, Pledge is asking, Joe, why do you hate bacon?
I don't hate bacon.
Yeah, I can't tell. The only time you seem to like bacon is if it's bacon and eggs for breakfast.
There
you
you
don't
go.
want bacon on your burger. You
Very
don't want
simple.
bacon on a stick.
Very simple.
You don't want walking bacon. You don't want bacon on anything except for with your eggs in the morning.
Wait a minute. What's walking bacon?
You don't know what walking bacon is?
No, does it walk?
No.
What the hell is it?
It's when you're ordering something with bacon and you get a couple extra strips of bacon to eat while you're walking to your car or driving back to the office because it's extra bacon. Because bacon is wonderful. You've never heard of walking bacon?
Never have. No, I guess you could say walking whatever. Hey, I want a couple of, pieces of toast. I got walking toast.
If you wanted to do that,
I'm just saying,
could.
Walking whatever. Give me a walking steak.
Do you eat French fries on your way from the drive-through window to wherever you're going to eat your burger?
I try not to, but yes.
But yeah, so walking bacon is
fries.
akin to having your fries in the bag.
And you're walking.
Or
driving.
It's just a term. I didn't make up the term. It's just out there.
I like kind of like a glizzy. Is that a glizzy?
Again, it's also a term that you don't use, so you make fun of people that do.
Give
but
me
it's
a
out there.
walking glizzy. Sounds horrible.
Sounds impossible.
Yes. I don't know.
You can't walk and glizzy at the same time.
First of all, if I'm leaving a restaurant, I probably don't want to have 2 pieces of bacon as I walk out of the door because I'm probably full already.
No, it's you haven't eaten yet.
Oh, okay.
You say you've got your set. Like if you're getting like I was at Broadway 50/50, had a bacon cheeseburger, but I ate there. But if I were taking it to go, hey, can I get a couple of pieces of bacon on the side? I could eat in the car on the way over to the office.
Or you could have French fries. Did you not have fries?
No, I had tots.
There you go. Did you eat some on the way over?
No.
Wow. Really?
No.
How do you resist that?
Because it was in the container that was closed.
Okay. All right.
But if I had walking bacon.
I
mean, I could have had walking bacon. I did not.
I'm going to scream if I see my bacon walking. I don't think you killed that pig good enough. Wow. No, but
here we go.
I like bacon, but that all they did was put a stick in a thick piece of bacon and put some barbecue sauce on it. It's probably $550.
You don't go to a ballpark and ask how much things cost.
I'm not eating
But it is thick cut bacon with a stick. You know what chicken on a stick is?
I know what chicken on a stick is.
What is it?
It's chicken with a stick up its butt.
Just like that piece of bacon.
It's exactly right.
Yes. But because they have all the other stuff, you need the stick.
If it was just regular bacon, that'd be okay. I don't need all the crap on it. Like the barbecue sauce,
So
and
tell
probably
them-
maple syrup on that thing or whatever.
Tell them no sauce. It ain't hard. It's not hard. You could get that almost the way you want. Maybe I say that. I was at a restaurant this weekend that would not substitute at all.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
I'm probably not going to the Rangers game and getting bacon on a stick. I'm just saying.
I think
the odds of that happening are slim.
I'm going to say we're probably going to do our show up there in Arlington here in a little more than a month.
Uh-huh.
And you will get bacon on a stick.
I won't.
You will get bacon on a stick.
No.
Yes, you will.
No.
You will.
Well, if you're buying it, then that's fine.
Well, dude, we'll make video of it and put it on the expense account. Oh, wait, we don't have one.
Yeah, we don't have one. I'll get some of those dogs that I saw there. Even the burrito or the
You're going to get a lobster
the pulled
roll.
pork.
You're going to get a lobster roll and some lobster nachos and some lobster mac and cheese. Everything you just made fun of, we're going to make sure you try at the game.
I'm glad to bring your wallet.
It's on yours.
Yeah. Now, if I'm buying it, I'm not buying it.
That's like saying if you've never been here before,
I'm just saying.
you've never been.
But so if you're telling me I got to buy it, I'm not buying it. What the hell do I want to? I don't want bacon on a stick or a jelly roll or a pretzel.
What does jelly roll have to do with this?
I meant lobster roll. Dude, I want to go to a ballpark, have a beer and a hot dog. Okay, that's all I want. All this other crap is just that. Hey, Seymour Wiener. That's it. I want to see more Wiener.
Mm-hmm.
With an ice cold beer and just yeah. That's going to a baseball game. Beer and hot dogs. That's it. I don't know why they're trying to fancy everything up.
Well, because probably their fan survey said, do you have anything besides the hot dog? How fancy can we get here?
It's a little too fancy if you ask me. And it's not just the Rangers, it's everybody.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Just give me a beer and a dog. Maybe 2 dogs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And then what?
Well, and then I'm good.
And then some
then
lobster
more
mac
beer.
and cheese?
No, then more beer. Because the beer's unlimited. I mean,
Well, I mean, for a small fee.
Well, of course. But, when you're at a ball game, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'll pay the whatever it is.
Not so small fee?
I'll pay this fee.
Mm-hmm.
It's something about beer. It just tastes better at a ballpark.
Does it now?
It does.
Does it?
Yes. And on an airplane. Out of the golf
Beer
course.
is always good. I don't know if it's better at the ballpark. It's just always good at the right time, as long as it's cold.
Yeah. So there you go. You want to buy all that other stuff? Have at it. I'll take pictures of you all day long.
Mm-hmm. John Sobery wants to know, have you gone to Fred's Fish Fry yet?
I have not.
No, me neither.
John, no.
Me neither. Here's the thing. If we actually go, then the bid ends.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about it like that.
And the desire to go still isn't there.
Well, I mean, it's not like I got it on my calendar. Hey, Tuesday, I'm headed to Fred's.
Well, I think we should go on a Friday, but not this Friday.
Why on a Friday?
Fish Friday.
I'm not Catholic.
I know, but I'm just saying, neither am I, but pledges.
So we can eat fish on a Monday or a Wednesday.
I can any day of the week.
Exactly.
Yes. But I'm thinking they probably have better fish on a Friday because they're going to be busy. Or you would hope that they're busy.
So you're saying the fish isn't just sitting in there just
saying.
getting old.
I'm just saying.
This is Fred's Fish Fry. Are you kidding me?
It's fried. It's going to be good.
It's an iconic location in San Antonio.
That you've never been to, that I've never been to.
No.
And most people haven't, because you hear that from a lot of people. Man, I hear about this place, I've never gone.
Yeah.
And those that go either are very for it and say it's incredible, or the complete opposite. There's no happy medium.
Or they're doing a drug deal. One of the two.
One of the two.
Allegedly.
Well, who knows what happens in the parking lot? That has nothing to do with the restaurant. Good Lord.
See, we're getting all kinds of recommendations now. Art Garcia says Laguna. Have you ever had that in that Bill Miller's fish place?
Yeah.
Never been there. You been to that one?
No.
Huh.
Jay Anthony's. Where's Jay Anthony's?
I've heard of that.
See, I'm thinking of Jay Alexander's over in the Quarry.
Uh-huh.
Because that wouldn't be in line at all with Fred's Fish Fry.
No, it wouldn't be.
'Cause I don't know where Jay Anthony's is.
I've heard of Jay Anthony's. I may or may not have been there before. I don't know.
I'm going to guess no. Because if I'd been there, I would know. Bear Apparel says you're not missing anything there.
Where? Jay Anthony's?
There or
Fred's.
Or Fred's. We'll see. We'll find a place. Look, Friday we're going to be in Las Vegas. We're not going to any of these spots this Friday.
No, not this Friday.
The following Friday is Final Four weekend. We'll be on the Riverwalk.
We'll be on the Riverwalk. Yep. Is there a Jay Anthony's on the Riverwalk?
I don't know, but that's not where we're going to be.
Or Fred's Fish Fry?
No. And then the following Friday, I don't know. I'll be in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Wow. You
have no
idea.
Dude, I'm going to Oklahoma. Where do you think we're going?
Minix. Bring your overalls, Minix.
Cross Canadian Ragweed Show.
Yeah. Your overalls and a corncob pipe.
I don't think any of that's going to be happening. Hell, I think half this radio station's going to be in Stillwater that weekend.
Well, that's great.
Pledge is going.
Your
Rob
overalls.
is going. I'm going. Yeah, Rob's going.
Rob's going?
He's going to the Saturday show.
Oh, wow. Well,
So Pledge is going to the Thursday show. I'm going to the Friday show. And Rob's going to the Saturday show. And none of us coordinated to actually do this together. It's just randomly like, dude, Ragweed's playing. Let's get our tickets and go.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Dude. Wow, I feel like I got FOMO here. I don't know what's happening, but I'll probably survive.
Probably?
Yeah, I'll survive. I'll be okay.
Dude, you'd love this show.
I'm sure I would love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I would, but it's not exactly. I'm not screaming to drive to Stillwater, Oklahoma, and
neither am I. My private jet, Southwest Airlines, is taking me.
Do they fly into Stillwater?
They fly into Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Dude, this thing is so big, you can't get a room in Stillwater. There is an Airbnb that's a one-bedroom apartment that looks like it's, I don't know, but it's going for like $1,200 a night.
Really?
Yeah. Rob found one for $5,000 that he passed on. We're all staying in Oklahoma City because you can't get anything in Stillwater. My cousin that lives up there says this is bigger than Bedlam. This event that they're doing, that Ragweed is doing, because it's not only the 4 shows they're doing at the football stadium that are all sold out at $50,000 apiece, but all these bars around Stillwater are all doing live music. There's over 50 bands, 5 different venues doing stuff. It is, like I said, they're saying this is bigger than Bedlam when, Oklahoma State plays Oklahoma, which is a one-day thing. Stillwater's not, something big's coming to Oklahoma. So, yeah. Going to be a bleep show.
Go make some memories.
And I'm all about it. Sean Miller, apparently the new head basketball coach at Texas. Rodney Terry officially not. Let's talk about it. And what we saw over the first couple of rounds of the tournament, Sweet 16 is set. We're talking about it next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I've been trying to tell you, too, that spring is here and those thunderstorms that come with it. And we got our first taste of that last night. Now, I hope nothing happened to your house, but if you're not sure and you want to get it checked out, you need to call Stevens Roofing. Family-owned company, locally based company, and they'll come out. You give them a call, they'll come out, they'll check your roof. They'll make sure that everything's okay, that you didn't have any damage, but if you did, they'll let you know you did and let you know how they can take care of it so there is no more damage. But you want a local roofer, because what's going to happen is you're going to have these trucks that you've never seen before pulling around and driving through your neighborhood. They'll come knock on your door, and they'll say, hey, we're here from out of town. And then they just disappear. And you can't rely on them. That's why you need somebody that's local, somebody that's been in business in San Antonio and South Texas for many, many years. That is Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994. Look, you want a local roofer who deals with the same weather that you do, right? And the Stevens family does. A roofer that's going to be here for years to come that will always take care of you. The team at Stevens Roofing and Solar will make sure your roof is in top shape to protect your home and family. We're just getting started with this spring weather and the spring thunderstorms. Make sure your roof can withstand anything. Call Stevens Roofing for a free, no-obligation roof inspection. Whether it's a minor repair or a simple confirmation that your roof is in great shape, they're going to give you that peace of mind when the storms come rolling in. Stevens Roofing, that phone number again, 210-785-0994.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
It's time for the herd you love. It's time for professional spring football. The San Antonio Brahmas are back, bringing you more of the action, the celebration, and the unforgettable moments you love. Join us for our home opener Sunday, April 27th at 2 when the Brahmas bring the Fiesta to the gridiron with our Viva Fiesta, Viva Brahmas themed game. Bring the energy to the Alamo Dome as your San Antonio Brahmas take on the Houston Roughnecks. Tickets on sale now at UFLBrahmas.com. That's UFLBrahmas.com. Our town, our team, our herd.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. That's exactly what I did. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home evaluation. That's Orchard.com.
Being arrested isn't just a setback. It's a nightmare that can destroy your life and reputation. At Barton & Associates, we're here to make sure your one bad night doesn't turn into a lifetime of regret. Contact Barton & Associates today at TexasArrest.com. That's TexasArrest.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too and hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Flight by England and sponsored by Ancira.com and PPL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Just listening to the commercial there for the golf tournament coming up, our Spring Golf Classic. We are right around the corner.
Yeah, it's getting close.
April 14th out at the Golf Club of Texas, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Get your foursome signed up. We are running out of spots. sasportstar.com. Benefits the Pan American Golf Association, brought to you in part by PPL Motorhomes and Ancira.com. It's always a great time. We're a couple of weeks out. Get signed up, sasportstar.com.
Looking forward to that. Always a lot of fun.
Got your white belt ready?
Absolutely.
I saw it was in training yesterday. You didn't get it dirty?
Saturday, no.
Or Saturday?
And even if I did, it doesn't matter. It wipes clean. It's very nice.
Wipes clean.
Wipes clean.
Wipes clean.
Yeah, Pledge had a white belt on the other day. You didn't make fun of him.
Did I see him?
He was in here. He showed me. He had his white belt on. Dude, all the cool kids wear white belts. I don't know where you're coming from. I know what to get you for Christmas, Minix.
What's that, sir?
A white belt.
But I have to wear white shoes with it.
Not necessarily.
I think those are the rules.
No, they're not.
Aren't the rules as laid out by one Joe Reinagel? Said your golf shoes have to match your belt. If you're wearing white golf shoes, you got to wear a white belt.
It's advised.
If you're wearing gray shoes, you wear a gray belt. If you're wearing black shoes, you wear a black belt.
It's more like guidelines than rules.
No, you told me them are the rules.
Well, that's what I do, but you don't necessarily have to do that. Are you worried you don't have white shoes? What color are your golf shoes? Do you have golf shoes?
I do. They're gray.
They're gray.
They're gray.
All
gray
right.
Adidas.
We can't have – gray doesn't go with everything. White does.
Why does gray not go with everything?
Well, it does.
Gray is barely a color.
Well, it is a color. It's gray.
But you understand, it kind of goes with everything.
No.
No, black and gray.
That's fine.
Blue and gray.
What if you're wearing, I don't know, a green pair of shorts?
Okay. I mean, green and gray.
Gray doesn't go with green.
Yeah, it kind of does.
On.
Gray goes with everything. It really does. And like I said, it's kind of barely a color.
Well, so white is barely a color.
No, white's. I mean, but you know how certain things accent. But again, I generally speaking, I'm going with either a blue polo, maybe a black polo, got a couple of gray polos, and I generally don't wear white, although I have a couple of them. But if I'm wearing a white polo, chances are something's going to end up on it. So I tend not to wear those.
But it's a lot cooler to play golf in a white polo.
It is.
Or a lighter color.
And I have a white golf shirt that's kind of got some gray up near the top, you know.
So it matches your gray belt.
Well, I don't have a gray belt. I wear a black belt. But I don't tuck in my shirt, so it doesn't matter.
Belt?
No, I got gray shoes.
Oh, the shoes are gray.
Yeah, my belts are reversible. It's either black or brown, depending on which way I put it on. Dude, I'm simple when it comes to fashion.
Yeah, dude, I know. Trust me.
Oh, look, your wardrobe is almost exactly like mine.
I know exactly what you're
you have some that has a little bit more color, but it's essentially the same.
I like to be colorful when I'm playing golf.
Yes.
All different kinds.
Well, it's because you're out in the woods looking for a ball you want to be seen.
Well, sometimes.
Yes.
You don't want the snakes to see you.
Huh?
If you're in the woods, there's snakes in the woods.
Yes.
I got to explain this?
Yes.
You don't want them to see you. So you don't want to wear fluorescent stuff.
You just said you wear colorful stuff so that you can be seen.
I'm talking about you. I'm never in the woods.
The hell you're not.
I'm never in the woods. You are.
No, I'm never. Well, I mean, my ball might be, but I don't go chase it. Drop one and go.
Jeez.
Look around, I don't see it.
Wow.
I might say 7 other balls might come back in my bag, but the one I'm looking for is gone.
So that's typically the way it works.
Yes.
But for you, it doesn't matter. You figure you made a profit.
Yes.
One crappy lost ball for 7 more.
Generally better than the ones that I had because I don't use expensive golf balls because I know I'm going to lose them.
Yeah.
So they're cheap.
I do. I would,
Oh, I know. You spend money on everything.
Well, you got to pay, if you want quality stuff, sometimes you got to pay for it.
And again, I've seen your golf game and your expensive golf balls versus mine, and it's hard to tell the difference at times.
That's hilarious. That's the funniest joke you've told in a long time.
Yeah. We all end up at the 19th hole. That's all that matters.
That's exactly right. And usually we bring the 19th hole with us.
Yes. To a degree, there's a lot of that.
Absolutely.
So the tournament had some really good games this weekend.
Really did.
But not the upsets that we're used to seeing. In fact, you look at the Sweet 16, it's all the big boys. And frankly, I think is that a byproduct of NIL. All the good guys, good players from the mid-majors are now getting paid by the power conferences. And I'm okay with no Cinderella. Well, if there was a Cinderella in the Sweet 16 round, I'm good with that. I just don't want them at the Final Four. Once we get to the Final Four, I want all the big-name schools, right, personally.
Sure.
But when you look at, what do we have, 7 teams from the SEC?
7 left, yeah. Well, they start with 14, so
started with 14.
Half of them. Surprise team's got to be Kentucky, isn't it? I mean, I think Kentucky came in was
Chris Beard might want a word with you on
well,
being the
there
surprise
you go.
team.
Yeah, Mississippi, that's true. But Kentucky's overrated. They're overrated. That's all I heard. They're an overrated team. They're not overrated. They're playing pretty well.
Well, I mean, Arkansas is what, a 10? They're the highest.
There's another one. Yeah,
they're the highest seed in. Everybody else is a 6 or higher. All 4 1s are in. 3 of the 2s are in. St. John's, that team you were so high on.
I was.
They're out.
That was a classic coaching matchup between Pitino and Calipari. The Calipari won.
Only 4 conferences represented left in the tournament, which is a bit of a record.
It's all the big conferences.
Yep. The Big 12 is looking good after Arizona held on last night to beat Oregon in that Big 12 versus Big 10 matchup that felt like a Pac-12 game, which is still weird. Houston is rolling.
Yep.
Duke is just dominant.
Duke I thought Baylor might have a shot to just hang close to him, but, man, it wasn't even close. And, what's good about that Duke team, it's not just Cooper Flagg. I mean, they are loaded from top to bottom. I mean, obviously Flagg is the guy, but, I mean, man, they've got some players.
Then you have, well, an Ole Miss makes it.
Yep.
When you look at the brackets, mine's all right, but not great. But my Final Four is still intact. And I don't have anybody. My Elite Eight is still intact.
Yep.
So, overall, I'm still feeling pretty good about my bracket where it stands now. But because things have gone so chalky, is that a word?
It is now.
My guess is that a lot of people are in the similar situation. So as long as you're a champion and your championship games stay alive, I think you still have a shot, unless you went with some randoms. Like we talked about this. Man, you do your bracket and you thought, man, I went all chalk. I need to go make some changes. And I did that. And one of those have already bit me in the ass, and that was Clemson. But I didn't have them even I had them getting to the Sweet 16, and that is it. That was the only one that lost in the first round that I had making any kind of run. I think Pledge's bracket is still pretty good.
I think I'm okay. I'm kind of middle of the pack, but all my Elite Eight and Final Four teams are still alive. This round's going to be a little difficult, I think. I mean, maybe a little difficult. I say that, and I was sweating bullets yesterday watching UConn try to beat Florida, because I've got Florida winning the whole thing, and I was just about completely dead.
UConn blew that game. And then Dan Hurley, walking off the court, blamed the officials.
I hope they don't do that to you, man.
Look, that's just a donkey move, is it not?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I get it about, oh, he's just so passionate. The guy's passionate. He's emotional. He's just an emotional. Yeah, well, fine, be emotional. You know how many times you and I have stood in a tunnel and watched the Spurs or somebody else walk through the tunnel after a tough defeat, and I've never seen anybody do anything like that. So does that mean, Dan Hurley's the only passionate coach in basketball? So to me, that's all BS. That was just a jackass move, pure and simple.
And it gets more jackassery. Is that a word?
Yes.
Because the sports information director at UConn threatened to ruin the life of the reporter that actually videoed that in front of other reporters, and said that in a statement that he was in an area he shouldn't have been in. Now, I've been to enough of these events where if you're in an area you're not supposed to be, they're going to make sure you're not in that area. Is it possible that he somehow got into a tunnel that he wasn't supposed to be in early? I'm sure. I mean, he's got a credential, and, if he was down there. But we've been to enough of these things to kind of know where you're allowed to go and where you're not, and how many times do you see reporters lined up in the tunnel and there's videos of them coming off the court. So yep. I don't buy the UConn's SID saying he was where he shouldn't be, but then he just total PR spin. The lasting image of Coach Hurley leaving the court should have been his walking off the court arm in arm with his seniors, overwhelmed with emotion. Instead, a reporter who was in an area he should not have been recorded on his cell phone private comments made to members of another coaching staff. Now, you heard the comments, and by now you've seen the video. I don't think those are private comments.
No, they weren't private.
He was blurting out to anybody within earshot.
He was yelling those comments. So, I mean, that's all ridiculous. Look, the PR guy's supposed to do that, but if that guy's not in the right spot, where's your crew?
Yeah.
I mean, to tell him to get out of there before the team walks in. And you know what? If you wanted that memory of Dan Hurley walking off arm in arm with the seniors, emotional, that could have had that. Would have been very easy to have that memory. But Dan Hurley opened his mouth and made an ass out of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets on with CBS and he's like, and then he leaves. He can't even talk because he's so emotional because, well, they're not going to win 3 in a row.
I didn't even, I would say going into the year,
There's a lot, rewiring and things I got to do in the off season because you just get caught up in this tidal wave of success that we've had, and you lose perspective. You struggle with the ego at times because you've been on this incredible run. So it'll be nice to get to a normal off season and just get back to myself as a coach and not have to throw out first pitches. And you should only be ringing stock market bells and throwing out first pitches when you win the major championship. So, I won't have to do things like that. I'll be able to just kind of focus on the upcoming season, make better decisions with all aspects of coaching.
Yeah.
Thank God you didn't win, Dan.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through all that crap now in the offseason.
All the accolades and everything that come with winning. Like, let's throw out a first pitch at a baseball game.
Yeah, boy, that's rough. Yeah, I bet you're thinking about that for a month.
You got to practice.
Throw a slider, a fastball, a curveball. What am I going to do? Oh, no.
How do you practice ringing the bell?
See, that's another thing. Oh, my
All that sells your program, dude. I don't know. I'm a big Dan Hurley fan, or have been, but boy, the last couple 24, 48 hours for him have not been good. And to think, we talk about him as a potential guy to lead the Spurs.
Please. I don't want him anywhere near here. He should have been where he belongs, in Los Angeles, with the Lakers, with that clown show.
He's where he belongs now. UConn.
Dude, I was prepared to give him, to scare the hell out of me at the man. What a great game. Because, look, UConn was outmanned. They are. That Florida team's loaded. But they played them and should have won that game.
It was the upset that we needed in the tournament that has lacked the big upsets. I mean, Maryland, my goodness. The non-travel call, what'd that guy take? 3 steps after he picked up the ball? Maybe 4?
He did.
5? 8?
He traveled all over the place.
I mean, no travel call, so whatever. But he made the shot at the buzzer. A great game. Arizona, Oregon last night, great game. But we don't have that major upset, that big, and you could say St. John's just because of seeding, but I don't know. You look at the Sweet 16 and it's all the big dogs, power conferences, all trying to get to San Antonio. And one of the cool things that it will be a part of the Final Four is the big Final Four Fan Fest. We've got a pair of tickets to give away right now to the Final Four Fan Fest. So if you want to go, it's presented by Capital One. Fan Fest is a blast. You want to go? We got a pair of tickets right now. Let's give them to, what is Arkansas, the highest ranked team as a 10 seed?
Right?
Yeah. Caller 10, the tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 10. You're going to the Final Four Fan Fest presented by Capital One. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747. Or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Imagine owning waterfront property on the Texas coast. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point, located on the highly sought-after Matagorda Bay. Secure your spot to see 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access from $49.9. That's right, just $49.9. This gated waterfront community features panoramic views, world-class fishing, a pool and cabana, boat launch and slips, fishing pier, dog park, storage, and more. It all happens this Saturday. One day only. Coastal waterfront properties starting at just $49.9. Call now to secure your private tour this Saturday. 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Appointments are limited, so call now and be sure to ask for event day specials and our helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. Get your piece of this coastal paradise. 210-853-0389.
Springtime is here and baseball season is finally underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs, you can take your pick of more or less for your shot of 1,000 times your money cash today. I'll say it again. That's today, because on Prize Picks, you can match your player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite baseball players with your favorite basketball players. Maybe it's hockey. Maybe it's esports. Maybe it's something else. That's why you download Prize Picks. And what you do with Prize Picks is you win $50 instantly. Go download the app today and use the code ALAMO. That's ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. I'll say it again. Download the app right now. Use the code ALAMO. That's $50 instantly. Just play your lineup. Prize Picks. Hey, go run your game. I love Prize Picks because I'm not alone. There's millions of us playing, and you can win. It's easy. More or less, you better go run your game now.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
George Gets Justice. When you've been injured, you need to get George Salinas Injury Lawyers, because you need someone who understands your pain and the impact an accident has on your life. You need someone who listens and is always there fighting for you and your future. When you get George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you get all this and more. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. And remember, you won't pay anything unless they win your case. Call George Salinas at 210-225-0909. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Good day for the UIW Cardinals. They have advanced in the College Basketball Invitational. Today they beat Jacksonville 87-71. The Cards will take on Illinois State tomorrow in the semifinal round. San Antonio Spurs have won 3 in a row, are now just 2.5 games back of getting into the play-in tournament. They return to action tomorrow, 6 o'clock, against the Pistons in Detroit.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Monday.
Happy Monday.
Mellow Monday at that.
It is.
Got a $50 gift card to give away before 6 o'clock to Mellow Mushroom.
Sounds like good dinner tonight.
Does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Although I was talking with my wife, I think we're going to do that on Wednesday.
Ah, okay.
Because we fly Wednesday night to Las Vegas for a weekend at Circa Las Vegas. So get off work, go home, eat some pizza, and then go to the airport.
Head on out, huh?
Yes.
All right.
So we might do that then.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You can do it twice.
I could.
3 times. What the hell?
Calzone one night.
Yeah.
Pizza the next.
Sure. There are no rules, Minix.
You make up more rules than anybody I know.
No rules.
You say no rules, yet you seem to always make up rules when there shouldn't be one.
Only when they benefit me.
Well, this is true. Generally how I make up the rules, too.
Exactly.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Now, there are some rules that we all are aware of, like don't show your ass on television. Which actually happened at a spring training game. A Toronto Blue Jays fan had really, really good seats.
Yes.
I mean, really good seats. Dude's on TV. He was right behind home plate. And so the outfield camera that's, shooting in past the pitcher, right as the batter, guy's on TV the entire game, having a good old time. And you can see video of him. He's talking on his phone, and he's talking to a buddy and says, watch this. And he gets up, turns around, and moons the camera.
and then pulls his drawers up and sits back down. Yeah, I can't imagine that phone call. Hey, dude, turn on the Blue Jays game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to moon you.
Mm-hmm.
And he did.
You did.
Now, I don't know if he got in trouble for that. I never saw an usher come down or anything, but interesting.
I mean, it was quick.
It was quick, yes.
And his wife was mortified, like, you're really not going to do that. You're not going to do. Oh, my goodness, he did.
He did it.
He did. He did.
Well, good for him. He's got a memory. If he remembers that. I don't know how much beer he had.
Well, it looked like he might have been drinking a Jack and Coke, probably
Maybe
a
so.
double.
Yeah.
And had more than that. Or, look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Exactly. I hope he wasn't talking to his mom. Hopefully it was a buddy.
I always warn people, if you're in a situation like that, just don't eat a hot dog. You'll be a meme. And then instead, that guy shows his butt.
Yeah. Well, good for him. I mean, sometimes you got to take a chance in life, right? Do something.
And that's what you chose.
Dangerous.
That's what you chose. Dangerous.
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 Yeah. What I like is the announcers didn't even say anything about it. They just went on about their day.
In a lot of ways, if they weren't watching the monitors, they didn't see it. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So now, did somebody in the production truck, oh, my goodness, we can't show a replay of that pitch. But when you're broadcasting a game, chances are they're actually watching the game and not the monitor, so they would not have seen it.
The pitcher went right along. I know he probably saw it out of the corner of his eye.
I mean, it was quick. If he's focused, he can't be worried about what's in the stands.
Well, I don't know. It's a shiny hiney.
Oh, good Lord. J.J. Watt, the latest to bitch about the transfer portal.
Well, dude, the portal opens today.
For basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in the Sweet 16 round.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think anybody that's in the still alive is going to leave, but how far does it put those teams back? Because they can't worry about the transfer portal.
It is crazy.
It's nuts. And J.J. Watt, I think, is great. He says you're literally cannibalizing your own sport. And I agree with him. It's just, I mean, these people aren't stupid, are they? The NCAA, and I mean, they're not dumb
you
people,
say
are they?
that, yet we question their brilliance far too often. I mean, it doesn't make sense on any kind of calendar for that to happen in the middle of the tournament, which, quite frankly, probably a big reason why CDC had to make a decision on Rodney Terry, and in typical CDC fashion, has his next guy ready to go. But Sean Miller has the job by all accounts, although Texas is yet to officially announce it. But Sean Miller better be on the phone saying, hey, guys, I got a brand new checkbook. Come on to Austin.
Yeah.
Because the window is open.
The window is open right now, and we're not playing, so Texas can get a jump on those 7 other SEC teams that are still alive. The Aggies can do the same thing. So it just doesn't make any sense. And J.J. Watt puts it where we can all understand. Can you imagine if the free agency window in the NFL opened after Wild Card Weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. That's how stupid all of this is.
Again, you asked. They're not dumb people running the NCAA, but their actions sure make you question their intelligence.
Yes.
It makes no sense. And as Jeff Traylor told us a long time ago, and you think about all the things that coaches said that make sense, he told us don't blame the kids.
Yeah.
Blame the adults that made the rules.
He's absolutely right, because the kids have nothing to do with this.
Well, and they've got to play by the rules. And if they're going to hit the portal, don't get mad at the kid for hitting the portal if that's what they're choosing to do, because you're getting ready for a bowl game. And in Jeff Traylor's case, don't get mad at the kids. They didn't make the windows. They're just following the rules. It's the adults in the room and their decision-making that you're questioning.
Now, I don't know what it would happen or what the rules are as far as this goes. Can you imagine a guy like Cooper Flagg? Thanks, fellas. I'm going to transfer to, I don't know, Michigan State. I mean, seriously, that could happen, couldn't it?
I mean, it could. Although they could say, all right, well, I know you're in the portal and we know you're leaving, but we're going to go ahead and let you, Cooper, play the rest of this tournament with us.
Yeah,
just like people that played in bowl games that had already hit the portal, because, my goodness, if all the guys in the portal decided not to play in the bowl game, or the coach said, my rule, if you're in the portal, you can't play, you wouldn't be able to field the team. My guess is Duke would let Cooper.
I guess so.
If he chose to.
Crazy. It's just nuts.
Yep. Speaking of nuts, and Charles Barkley is Charles Barkley for a variety of reasons. And at least you know he's going to be honest. And even as a very well-paid analyst, working games, before games, halftime, post-game, analyzing basketball games. That's literally his job. But if there's a game he doesn't care about, don't ask him about it.
To AT&T at the half. Ernie Johnson, Clark Kellogg, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. Biggest takeaway from the first half?
Well, I think that's a good question.
Thank you very much.
That's his job. Totally his job. I
that came out of left field for you.
Would you expect Ernie not to ask you anything? Would you expect him to sit here and just let you?
Just look at you.
I was you know the game I'm watching. I'm watching Bryant against MSU.
You can't watch more than one game at a time. You watch all these TV shows at one time.
That's at night, man.
What is it now?
They're not all at the same time, man. One after the other. Ernie, I'm not going to lie. I was paying attention to the Bryant score. So get at the Clark or Kenneth, please.
Kenny, you got that is priceless. Yeah, I'll take first. Yeah, that's a first. I wasn't watching. That's somebody else. He's a man of many firsts, by the way.
And he's the only guy that can get away with that.
Yeah, yes.
Right, because it's funny. Anybody else on that panel says that, then they're probably like, oh, geez, we're bosses over there.
Exactly. You're getting a strongly worded email and a pink slip, if you will. It is bizarre, although, I mean, can't say that I'm overly surprised that Charles would do that. But, again, he's the only one that could get away with that.
What I love about Charles in that clip, he thought about it. He thought about just BSing some kind of answer, right? But he couldn't think of anything on the fly, and so he's just got to be honest about it.
It is funny.
That was hilarious.
Almost as funny as this random tweet last night by Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Tiger, or I don't know, what's her name? Vanessa Trump. And it almost felt like Vanessa took his phone and posted this. The tweet from Tiger Woods' account. Love is in the air, and life is better with you by my side. We look forward to our journey through life together. At this time, we would appreciate privacy for all those close to our hearts.
Yeah, okay.
And a couple of pictures with him and Vanessa Trump, who I had to look up. It's Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife.
Yes.
Who also has a former or a Saudi prince on her roster as well that she's dated. So, I mean, if you've got billionaire attached to your bank account, you could date this chick. But I do find it funny that you put this on social and then ask for privacy.
Well, I said maybe she ought to run the NCAA. She's damn good at what she does. A Saudi prince, Tiger Woods, and Donald Trump Jr.
Uh-huh.
Holy cow.
I mean, think she could raise some NIL dollars?
I think she could. Very pretty lady, by the way.
Yeah.
And looks very much like Tiger Woods' type.
You're saying
right?
He's got a type.
I think he does. And when you look at his first wife, blonde hair, blue eyes, and he dated that skier for a while.
Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blonde hair. This lady, same thing.
Yeah.
So he's got a type, and nothing wrong with that.
Now, what I find odd, and I'm not a political person. I think most of you listening know that. But didn't Tiger Woods do something recently with President Trump?
Well, they were negotiating, I think. They're trying to facilitate a merger between the live types and the PGA.
So you're dating his ex-daughter-in-law. Is that not awkward?
No. Because, well, his son, Don Jr., I cheated on her with somebody else. So, I mean, that was the cause of the whole divorce.
Okay.
So, I mean,
it still could be awkward.
Well, I guess it could be. But he's Tiger Woods. What are you going to say?
I mean, it's Donald Trump. What are you going to say?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, these women, Tiger, you know how it is.
Good luck there, kid.
She's a tiger herself. At least that's what Don Jr. told me.
I don't know what that means. You and your sound effects.
I'm feeling pretty good about them today.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
But let's put this on social and then ask for privacy.
And then, because who would have known? I mean, TMZ would have known eventually, and that's how we would have all found out about it. But I didn't know they were dating or who Tiger was dating.
Apparently, there were some rumors. I didn't know who she was, to be honest. So I had to look her up, and then I went, oh, the ex. You know, because at first I was thinking, is this a granddaughter? Is this? I didn't know. And all right, not, oh, the ex. But she kept the name, obviously. And then you start reading about her and all of her exes. And
you see, she's very, very intelligent lady.
Yeah,
and she
you talk about Tiger having a type, so does she.
She needs to be
rich.
I don't care what you look like. Let me check your bank account.
Rich.
I'm voting for her as NCAA president.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
Good night.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. Spurs keep winning games.
I know.
They're supposed to be losing.
Now, they've been playing a bunch of hacks, though.
Because they're playing a bunch of teams that are trying to tank, that are tanking better than the Spurs. But can the NBA fix its tanking problem? Interesting article at ESPN today. Let's dive into it. Coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let's talk about health as we age. You know, if you're feeling a lack of energy and strength, maybe you're moody, your libido isn't what it used to be. All of these could be caused by low testosterone. The answer, go get tested. At Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, their patient-first VIP experience is fast and easy. And I recommend the providers at Synergenics because their personalized therapy goes well beyond standard treatments. They have been the go-to experts in TRT for well over a decade. And you know not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. And personalized treatment is key because not all guys have the same testosterone levels. So book your appointment now at synergenicshealth.com. Testosterone starts to decline in your 30s. So if you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, could be low T. Get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, where they also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. Get that VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Book your appointment now at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com for Synergenics testosterone and weight loss.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Does this sound like your marriage? Wake up and realize that there's a better life waiting. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. At Barton & Associates, we specialize in navigating the complexities of divorce law, protecting your best interests, and ensuring you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but here's the thing. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control of the process and secure your future. If you're serious about protecting yourself and securing your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team you need. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. If you're tired of this, then start your better life today with Barton & Associates. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
At Round Table Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit Target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. That's exactly what I did. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home evaluation. That's Orchard.com.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Monday. If you're listening on the radio, appreciate it. Watching on YouTube, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Maybe you're listening on one of the apps, online at sasportstar.com. And while you're at sasportstar.com, make sure you sign up for our golf tournament. April 14th, Golf Club of Texas. It's $400 for a foursome. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. What, 3 weeks away?
Yeah.
Roughly? Yeah. So, yeah, you better hurry because I know we haven't gotten an update this week, but it is only Monday.
Yep.
But it was running low with the last one we got last week.
Exactly. We are close to being sold out, so get your foursome in. Our golf tournament brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. We promise you won't be thirsty out there on the course. Between Flight and a bunch of our hole sponsors and the great establishments that they run, they will make sure you are not thirsty.
You're not going to be thirsty. There'll be food out there as well.
Yep.
And the golf course is beautiful.
Dude, the renovations that they've done out there at the Golf Club of Texas, and they're all done.
Yeah.
I mean, that course, I thought it was great before, but the upgrades that they've made has just taken it to another level. It is fantastic out there.
It's great, and I'm looking forward to going out there. But the golf course is beautiful, but there will be other beautiful things out there.
Yes.
Just saying.
Other beautiful things.
Other beautiful things.
Other beautiful things. Don't know what you speak of, Joe. But
I know.
I will take your word for it.
Yes, there will be lots of beautiful things.
The San Antonio Spurs get a blowout win yesterday up in Canada. They're still 31-39 on the season, but Phoenix in the 10th seed is 34-37. Dallas is also 34-37. Portland is 32-40. The Spurs, they've won 3 in a row. The hell are they doing?
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Well, and I don't want to take anything away from them. They're playing good ball, and but they haven't really played anybody. And the other teams that they've been playing are in tank mode, seriously. With Toronto, Philadelphia.
I thought the Spurs were in tank mode.
Apparently not.
And they went into tank mode after Wemby was shut down for the season, and De'Aaron Fox had surgery. He is shut down for the season. It is interesting, though, and what I love is we all hate the idea of tanking, all of us. I don't know anybody out there that loves the idea of tanking. Some are a little bit more understanding. All right, this is your situation. This is the best way to fix your situation is to win the lottery. And the only way to win the lottery is to lose a whole bunch of games and be miserable for a year and get that number one pick, and that's how you start to rebuild. I get why they do it. So is the system, does it need to be changed? In the ESPN.com article today, can the NBA fix tanking? Why it's worse this season, plus 5 solutions. Tim Bontemps and Kevin Pelton get the byline on this article. Now, good long read, very thorough. At least they thought through their arguments, because it does seem to be a problem that you should be able to fix, but everybody knows the way the system is currently set up, all these teams that are tanking are playing by the rules. It sucks, but to try to win the lottery, you have to lose more games, because the more games you lose, the better chance you are of getting the number one overall pick, granted a 14% chance.
Well, and what I like is that you mentioned their 5 solutions. Number 2 on their list is kind of intriguing, because it says after the All-Star break, for that period of time, what are there, 30 games left? You
Give or
typically
take, yeah.
Okay, you count the wins. Whoever wins the most of the lottery teams gets the better odds, just from that stretch of games alone.
You know, it's interesting because they use the Spurs as an example, where they would have technically ended up with 5 more wins when it comes to lottery than what they had a year ago, which doesn't seem like a lot. But when you're thinking about the percentages and the number of lottery balls that you get, it's there, and it incentivizes staying competitive down the stretch. So if you aren't a playoff team, but say after the All-Star break, and I like that idea the best because it does make you still want to compete. You're not in the playoffs. You're not going to be a playoff team. So let's take the post-All-Star break or whatever day they come up with where you got about 30 games, 25, 30 games, and the teams with the best records there, it's almost like you're in a playoff to win the lottery. And maybe that's what they should do, although I don't know how you do this to make it make sense. Instead of a playoff bracket, you also get a lottery bracket, and all those teams that sucked, now you guys have to go play. And what I would do is you can't sit a bunch of guys to try to get into the losers bracket to win the lottery, because you got to go with the minutes played average of who is actually losing all those games for you.
Look, it's crazy, but it's part of every sport. As long as you're going to have a draft and the worst teams get the best odds, it's going to happen. So I don't know how you fix it, but it needs to be, because I'll be quite honest with you, and it drove me nuts. And obviously it worked out for San Antonio. Okay, Wemby's here. Yep. I get it. I understand. And that was a tanking season, even though they didn't say it was tanking. It was. And I guess if that's the fan base that you cheer for, then you're okay with it. But just as a basketball fan, an NBA fan, it sucks, because you know damn good and well, if you're playing the Utah Jazz, for example, you're going to win that game. I mean, there's not even a chance you're not. And so, because they're tanking, the Washington Wizards, another team. And so you go into that game going, And then you see the Spurs the other night playing Toronto. Toronto's the same way. And it's like, it's just, to me, it's not fun basketball.
It's not. And it can't be fun for the teams, and certainly not the players and the manager, but you understand the assignment. I understand what they're doing. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I get what they're doing. And this year I did not think would be lottery year for the Spurs. But as soon as Wemby was shut down for the year, immediately I was like, dude, we got to get in the lottery now, because there's no point in trying to go to the playoffs, because you're not going very far anyway. This team isn't good enough, and I understand the value of winning the lottery and what it can do for your franchise. So I get why teams are doing. Don't like it. But I do like the idea. There's two of the five that I really do like. One, take away pick protections when you're talking about trades, because, you know, the protected first-round pick.
Right.
Get rid of that, and you wonder what teams would be willing to do. And two, I like the idea of coming up with a formula post-All-Star break to the end of the season and rewarding the better teams with that pick, because you're rewarding competition, not suckage. And right now we're rewarding suckage.
Yes.
And that shouldn't happen. I understand why they put it in play the way they did, and also I think they probably, although it would hurt the Spurs, put in a rule you can't be in the lottery every year. So maybe it's every 3 years you could be in the lottery. So if you win the lottery, or if you're in the lottery, and say you get one of the top 4 picks, the next year, if you suck again, fine, but you're picking at the end of the lottery. You see what I mean? You've got no chance at one of those top picks. You can't do it in back-to-back-to-back years, although I think it was Orlando back in the Shaq days, the last time somebody picked first twice in back-to-back years.
I wish something would happen. And it's going to be interesting to see this year, and I mean this in all sincerity, and it was Rob Thompson who brought this up last week. Say the Washington Wizards have the lottery pick. Is Cooper Flagg going to say, you know what, I can make $8 million. I'll just stay in school another year? I mean, that's a possibility. If the team that he doesn't want to play for gets the number 1 pick, he's always got that option. And so maybe it's going to come down to something like that. I don't know. But a team like Washington that's just been bad for a long time. I mean, they really have.
And they can't get it right.
They can't get it right. Charlotte's another team like that. They just can't seem to get it right. When you look at the Western Conference, teams are a little bit different, because the Pelicans have been good, the Jazz have been good, and it just depends on when it happens. But right now, the Spurs just 2.5 games out of a play-in spot. And luckily for them, the Phoenix Suns are on a 3-game win streak, just like the Spurs.
Well, and you say that, but we don't think Dallas is trying very hard.
No.
We don't think Portland is trying very hard. And Phoenix can't figure out what they are. With the talent they have on that roster, they should be better. And Phoenix is one of those teams, and it's weird to say that watching them play, but when you look at Book and KD and everything that they have, if they were actually to get into the playoffs, they could make a deep run because they have the talent there to do it. But Dallas doesn't want any part of the play-in, and neither does Portland. In San Antonio, they keep winning games. And again, organizations tank, not players. Guys are playing well. Devin Vassell's playing well. But for the betterment of the organization's future, it's better if the Spurs don't make the play-in and get into the lottery, whether they win the lottery, picking the top 3, picking the top 4. You know they're going to be able to get a top player in this draft, whether it's Cooper Flagg or somebody else. But we know the Spurs' luck when it comes to being in the lottery.
I know the Spurs' schedule does get a lot tougher, though, down the stretch, and it all starts tomorrow night with Detroit. The Pistons, which is a team I point to that has done it right. I mean, they have done it right, and it hasn't taken all that long. And they're the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference right now. Of course, it doesn't hurt that they play in the Eastern Conference. But that's not an easy win anymore, going to Detroit and playing the Pistons. So the Spurs are going to have a tough handful there, and then I think you have Boston after that. So the schedule gets a little bit tougher, and that will help in that regard. But I hate it, and anybody listening to the show knows I hate tanking. I don't give a damn what the prize is. I can't stand it. It just doesn't seem like it just goes against everything that sports is to me. Everything that sports is.
But the draft rewards suckage. I mean, think about, and you never know how things are going to work out. You know, the Houston Texans win a game at the end, cost them the number 1 overall pick, cost them Bryce. They end up with C.J. Stroud. Yeah. Boy, I know people, James Pledger, that was mad as hell at that because he wanted Bryce. Things work out sometimes. I mean, it's bizarre, but when you reward suckage and you look at that, because at some point fans have to have a rooting interest. And right now for Spurs fans, I think the interest is in, can we get to the lottery and what can we get in the lottery? Because that's the way to salvage this disastrous season that started out with high expectations. The move to get Fox when they did, I thought, was the difference between the Spurs being a play-in type team and an actual playoff team. And then Wemby gets a blood clot and, whoop, all right, tank mode. Let's get to the lottery.
Well, then obviously they're not listening to your advice.
They're not.
Because they're winning games against bad teams that are tanking as well. Look, in that regard, I'm proud of the Spurs.
Yeah.
For playing. Go play. And Tom Guerrero on our YouTube page says it as well as I could. Spurs don't need the lottery. Let's go get some veteran players and get this team better now.
You know,
you got enough lottery picks.
We don't have enough. I mean, we got a lot of picks and a lot of draft capital. And you look at a draft, and depending on where it is, having a lottery pick to try to go make a trade for that veteran guy, it just adds to the currency. I agree, Tom. We need to bring in some veteran guys, but at the same time, if you can end up with, I don't know, a Cooper Flagg, you wouldn't be mad at it.
Well, of course not.
And again, that's part of it. You want to give yourself a chance at that, or see what you have, or maybe you end up with the 3rd overall pick, but then you could use that in a trade for somebody if that's what you choose to do. The last thing you want to do is pick, 9 or 12 or 14, right?
I don't know. Sometimes those picks work out okay too.
Sometimes they do. But more often than not.
I hate it, and I will always hate it. It goes against everything that sports stands for. Losing on purpose to improve your situation in the draft. And it's a shame that the NBA, the NFL, haven't come up with something to stop this nonsense.
You got to figure out how to stop rewarding bad play, because that's what it is. And I know the idea is that allows you to rebuild faster.
Well, for some. We've had Wemby now for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Year and a half.
Okay, year and a half.
Give or take.
You got to put somebody else around him, because what's around him now, other than De'Aaron Fox and Steph Castle perhaps, who has really had a hell of a rookie year, you still need some pieces around him. As good as Wemby is, he needs help.
Yep, he does.
And because when he was healthy, Spurs weren't exactly setting the world on fire.
Nope. And we didn't get enough of Wemby and Fox together. What was that, 5 games? Not enough to know what that really is going to look like, but we can be excited about the potential. Let's talk about the Sweet 16. All the guys that could be Spurs.
Yeah.
Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Sam has his spring line on display right now in his showroom, so if you need your logo, a company logo, a group logo, organization logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, go see Sam. He'll get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam has what you need. If you need caps, man, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to the big lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle. We're waiting until Thursday for Sweet 16, but there's players to talk about. Who do the Spurs like?
And Micah Parsons, where are we at? What's the holdup? What's the result if this doesn't get done? We'll talk about that and more. It's the Morning Huddle. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Springtime is here and baseball season is finally underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs, you can take your pick of more or less for your shot of 1,000 times your money cash today. I'll say it again. That's today, because on Prize Picks, you can match your player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite baseball players with your favorite basketball players. Maybe it's hockey. Maybe it's esports. Maybe it's something else. That's why you download Prize Picks. And what you do with Prize Picks is you win $50 instantly. Go download the app today and use the code ALAMO. That's ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. I'll say it again. Download the app right now. Use the code ALAMO. That's $50 instantly. Just play your lineup. Prize Picks. Hey, go run your game. I love Prize Picks because I'm not alone. There's millions of us playing, and you can win. It's easy. More or less, you better go run your game now.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your maximum refund. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and student loan interest. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sportsbook, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Easy Cater. It's all the food for your workplace, all in one place. With over 100,000 restaurants nationwide on one platform. Whether you need food for company meetings or events, daily employee lunches, or your next lunch and learn, Easy Cater makes food for work, work. And it doesn't stop at lunch. With Easy Cater, you've got great breakfast options, snacks, treats, and more. Whenever and wherever work happens, Easy Cater's here to make the food happen. Order now at easycater.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Your marriage is over. You know it, your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates, an aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at TexasDivorce.com. That's Texas Divorce.
I think I watched all day. It was fun.
I took before the Baylor game started, because you got a little bit. It's weird with the early games, you get the standalone games.
Yeah.
So the first game was good, and I was like, man, I got to go to the car wash. My car looks like crap. So it's like that game ended, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to the car wash, and then I'll be back in time to see the beginning of Baylor Duke, which didn't quite work out as well, but sounded great on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah. Well, the Baylor game was good for about 10 minutes, and then after that it wasn't. If you're a Baylor fan. If you're a Duke fan, it was great.
You know, I don't know a lot of Baylor fans, although we just met one that we didn't know was a Baylor fan.
And that's crazy.
You would like to think, all right, Baylor is Baylor, and going against Duke, unless you went to Baylor, chances are you did not have Baylor advancing past Duke in your bracket, right?
No.
I did expect a more competitive game, though, from Baylor in that matchup. That is for sure. Although Duke is just so good, and they just proved it over and over.
Well, they do, and you look at that and you watch that team, and I've seen them play a couple of times, but I watched every second of that game yesterday, and Cooper Flagg is obviously the headliner, but man, they've got some depth, and they've got some players on that team that are just fantastic. Boy, I tell you, it's going to be just watching that game and watching some of the others. I don't know who's going to beat Duke, honestly.
I mean, Duke beat Baylor 89-66.
And it wasn't that close.
And Cooper didn't have a great game. That's the crazy thing. He did not have a great game. When I think of all the games Saturday and Sunday, the only real surprise was the way Michigan dominated Texas A&M. Now, admittedly, I was at the Papa Roach concert during that, and I kept looking at my phone thinking something's wrong. And I know better to text my Aggie friends to ask them what was going on. And then you watch the highlights, and it's just the Aggies played a bad game. And that's part of the beauty of the tournament, unless you're an A&M fan, that a bad game ends your season. That might have been the worst game A&M has played all year.
I disagree with that. I thought Michigan played damn well. Michigan's a good team. They got two big guys that are a handful. I don't think the Aggies played a horrible game unless Michigan made them play that way. It was, Aggie fans are going to, it was a horrible game. That's the worst game we've ever. It wasn't. Michigan's just pretty damn good.
Well, and that might be there, but I didn't watch it. I was at a concert.
I saw most of it.
But watching highlights and then, talking to some Aggies.
Exactly. Well, there you go. That's your problem. Talking to Aggies.
Well, it was a 5-4 matchup, but for it to be 91-79.
Well, but it was a close game throughout until the end, and that's when Michigan took over.
Apparently they pooped the bed in the final 5 minutes.
Or Michigan played well in the final 5 minutes.
Both can be true. What about Ole Miss taking out Iowa State?
That was a shocker. Good for them.
Yes.
So I guess Iowa State played their worst game ever. It was awful.
Well, they didn't play their best.
You talk to Iowa State fans, it was a terrible game.
Terrible.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Worst game we've played all year.
Awful. What the hell are they thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking to Aggies. What's the matter with you? That's like talking to a Longhorn fan, like talking to you after the Horns get beat by somebody. Same thing. No. It was a horrible game.
After that
was awful.
Fire that Rodney Terry.
Awful.
And Chris Del Conte did. Now, while they haven't officially announced Sean Miller as the new head basketball coach, Xavier has announced that they are searching for a new coach because Sean Miller has left. And there are reports that Sean Miller, in one of the more bizarre tweets that I've seen when it comes to a coaching situation, Kirk Bohls tweeted out a couple hours ago, "I'm told new Texas basketball coach Sean Miller and his wife are in town looking for UT swag and anything in burnt orange before a press conference tomorrow or Wednesday." Kirk also tweeted out, Xavier Sean Miller has signed a contract with Texas to replace Rodney Terry for an estimated $5 million a year. Rodney Terry was making $3 million a year. But I do find it odd that, all right, you guys are in town. You got to go shopping before a press conference. We would like you to wear a burnt. Is that not all just handed to the coach?
It should be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. You got to have it all right there as soon as he walks in the building the first time. Here you go, coach. Here's an orange tie. Here's a couple of golf shirts. Here's this. Here's that. He's all set.
What does your wife want?
Yeah.
And, here is a duffel bag full of gear. What are they, shopping? Are they at the bookstore? The university co-op? They go to Academy because it might be cheaper? Or Walmart?
Guy's making $5 million a year. I don't think it matters where he's shopping.
Rich guys can be frugal.
I suppose.
It's just of all the things they're out shopping for gear before the press. Can't have a press conference until they get a new tie.
Yeah.
They don't just have those.
Got to have an orange tie. Yeah, you would think. Del Conte's got, because he wears a bunch of orange ties.
They've got them. I think about like when Jeff Traylor was talking about interviewing for the job, and he tells the story. He was going to interview at Lamar, so he had bought a red tie for that interview. And then when his agent called and said, hey, we're changing things up, you're going to go interview at UTSA, he went and bought an orange tie. Okay, that makes sense when you're out interviewing. But if you've got the job, don't they just hand you one?
They should be. Yeah, they should. I don't get it. So I think misreported there a little bit.
Dude, I don't doubt Kirk Bohls, man. If he would have said they're in town and looking at houses, okay.
He said they're out shopping for gear.
The tweet is, I'm told new Texas basketball coach Sean Miller and his wife are in town looking for UT swag and anything in burnt orange before a press conference tomorrow or Wednesday.
Dude, that would be my first question at that press conference. Did you find what you were looking for, and why the hell didn't you provide it, Chris Del Conte?
Well, it depends. See, if he's up there in a burnt orange tie, clearly he has found it.
Well, he found it, but he had to buy it himself. He shouldn't have to do that.
We need to get Bob Ballou on and give him all the questions that we have for that press conference.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find that odd.
I do too.
He's out shopping.
I mean, he didn't know where to go in Austin. And that traffic, he's going to go. I go back to Xavier.
Dude, I just keep him off I-35 today. They had another multiple vehicle wreck up near Round Rock today.
That was Xavier. It's in Ohio, right? I'm pretty sure that's correct. I just don't know what city that is.
I mean, and he used to live in Tucson when he was at the University of Arizona.
And now, good old Austin.
Yeah.
Where the breakfast tacos suck, Coach.
Where he's coming from, he's going to love them.
Yeah, I guess.
And for $5 million a year, he can have a helicopter deliver tacos from San Antonio every day.
We could, but...
I mean, he could. Why wouldn't he? Were you looking at where Xavier is?
Yeah, I am. Cincinnati.
That's in
Cincinnati,
Ohio.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Isn't that where you said?
I said Ohio, but I wasn't sure where.
Oh, okay.
So you're going from Cincinnati, which we've already heard from Jamar Chase, sucks. Nothing to do there. So to Austin, where there's plenty to do.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
We'll see. It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. You know me. You listen to this show enough. You know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any of the games than at the Roo there at 281 in Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you go into the Roo Pub, go hungry. The food is fantastic. They have the biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. Their burgers are incredible. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. The original Wemby burger. They've got that new bison burger that is incredible. And always make plans to go on Wednesday night because they do steak night. You can get a Minix ribeye for $19.99. A 12-ounce ribeye, your potato. It is fantastic. And that kitchen there, open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. Don't miss the 2025 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. Witness the nation's top dunkers and sharpshooters battle it out live in person. One epic night of unbelievable skill and electrifying energy. Thursday, April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Tickets are going fast. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. See you April 3rd for the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. One night, pure action. Don't miss it.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
Progressive Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance might be the easiest part of owning a home. Definitely easier than this.
Psst, honey. Honey! What? Shh, there's a salesman walking up the driveway.
Oh no, he's got a clipboard.
What do we do?
Get down.
Down?
On the floor, you...
Shoot, did he see us?
Why are you breathing so loud?
Home ownership isn't easy, but with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, shopping for home insurance is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you?
I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Did you know colon cancer can be detected early or prevented through regular screening?
I have detected Around Earth is the greatest lie ever.
Okay, Roger. My uncle just passed away and I inherited his cockatoo, Roger. He was a member of the Flat Earth Society, so Roger picked up on some of his rhetoric. Anyway, screening, such as a colonoscopy.
Screen these! Screen these!
Roger that, Roger. Moving on. Colonoscopies can detect early-stage colon or rectal cancer or even polyps, which are abnormal growths that can turn into cancer over time.
I'm a flat earth walker.
Come on, Roger. What did I do to my uncle to deserve you? You don't get to choose what you inherit, just like colon cancer. Unlike Roger here, I believe in science. And science says that if colon cancer runs in your family, you're more likely to develop it yourself. Talk to your doctor about when you should start screening. Find out more at coloncancercoalition.org. A message from the Colon Cancer Coalition.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NCAA Sweet 16 is set. Texas Tech and Houston have survived and advanced. Tech will face Arkansas Thursday. Houston takes on Purdue on Friday. Texas Longhorns made it official yesterday, moving on from Rodney Terry. They will be hiring Sean Miller of Xavier as the team's next head coach. Longhorns quarterback Quinn Ewers set to work out at Texas Pro Day tomorrow. Then he's got a visit with the Cowboys.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Joe Reinagel, I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
It is Monday. Start of a great week.
It's going to be a great week.
It's going to be a great week. It's already been a good day.
Yeah?
Good day, yeah. Looking forward to things at the end of the week.
Circa Las Vegas?
That would be it.
That would be it.
Yes. We'll be doing the show there Thursday and Friday.
We are?
Yeah. You didn't
Holy
know?
cow.
You're not packed?
No, are you?
No.
Our flight's not till Wednesday.
Dude, I'm just saying.
Did you pack?
No. But you start thinking about it. You know, what's dirty, what needs to be washed. Start thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, those of us that give a damn about how we look and dress, we start thinking about that.
Okay. Did you wash your clothes this weekend?
No.
No,
but
you just know what's dirty.
I got tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm good.
I'll probably pack tomorrow night.
You do you.
Well, because we fly Wednesday.
We do, yeah. Wednesday evening.
And I don't. Well, yeah, but we get off work at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to go home and pack.
You just want to grab the suitcase and go.
Yeah.
All right.
And get home, call Uber.
Yeah.
And then off we go.
Okay.
And get to the airport bar.
I'll probably do that too.
Pack tomorrow?
Yeah.
Not tonight?
Wednesday morning.
Before
work.
Here's the thing. So you can't pack too early because your hairspray.
Well, I've got multiple bottles of hairspray, so I mean, it's not like there's just one sitting there that I have to wait on.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you have but you don't have a travel size hairspray.
No, but that's got to go in the checked luggage. Put a little piece of tape on the top, put it in the luggage, and away it goes.
My wife asked me yesterday, because she was starting to do laundry and get ready for Vegas. Are we checking a bag? I'm like, of course, we're traveling with Reinhagel.
Well, y'all don't have to check a bag if you don't want to.
Well, if I've got to wait for the luggage, I've got to wait for if I've got to wait for you waiting on a bag, might as well wait on my bag too.
Might as well, yes. You might as well.
You know.
Vegas airport's the worst.
It is.
It takes forever.
It does.
They want you to play those machines that are around there.
So you can't go with a smaller size hairspray?
No, I can't.
Why? Do they not make yours in a carry-on fire extinguisher size?
Well, they do. They make them smaller, but why do I want to do that? I mean, have to go do that, and it's like I just soon check a bag. Then I have to worry about it.
You just complained that the baggage claim at Las Vegas takes forever. It's the worst.
I'm still checking a bag.
I mean, but you
it's
could
not that bad.
Yeah, it's the worst. Not that bad. You could avoid it. You could get we're going for 5 days. You could get 5 little bottles of hairspray, 1 a day.
I could do that.
Would that be enough?
It depends on how big the little bottles are. No, it'd be perfectly fine. Look, Maggie stuff's got to go in there too. So, we'll be all right.
Oh, now you're going to try to blame the wife, huh?
No,
I mean, because you can have your own carry-ons and be fine.
You handle yours, and I'll handle mine. How about that?
I'm down with that. I mean,
you don't want to check a bag, Minix? Don't check a bag.
Well, I mean, I'm going to wait for you. I'm going to wait for mine too.
Well, I mean, okay. See, so you don't have to mess with it while we're sitting there at the old George Gervin bar.
Exactly. I forget what it's called now, but we'll be there.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Plus, I'll have the equipment, or actually, you'll have the equipment.
You'll have the equipment.
Yeah, the responsible one.
Exactly.
See, I don't mind taking it. It's coming back. It'll be on you.
Well, that's fine, because I don't give a damn coming back. Hopefully, I've bought a new suitcase to transport all my money that I'm going to win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's come back to reality.
I'm just saying, that's always the hope.
Dude.
Optimism runs supreme on the way out there.
Are you kidding? Somebody won $1 million at Circa on a slot machine. Was that Friday? Was it Friday?
I think it was Friday, yeah.
Jackpot alert. Let's see. This tweet was on 3/22. So yeah, I think it was Friday night, maybe Saturday, whenever that was. Dollar Storm slot turned into $1 million and change.
Wow.
And then it says on Twitter, another millionaire made it Circa. Who's next? Me.
Yes.
That's the goal.
You see that?
Yes. We'll have to find. I don't know if I want to find that machine, but I'll find the one next to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't find that one. I'd go somewhere else.
You think that one is
played out?
You think?
Yeah.
Wonder if you win $1 million on a slot machine, can I take it home and put it in the living room or the game room?
What, the $1 million?
No, the machine that made me a millionaire.
No. I mean, you could buy it, I guess.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
How much is a slot machine?
Who the hell knows?
And then you got to – why would you want to waste your time on that?
Well, no, just to have it as like a memento. That was the machine, right?
Dude, I would be something exciting, like I'm going to hire a private jet to take me home.
Well, you don't want your $1 million to last very long, do you?
I'm just saying. What is a private jet from Vegas? 20 grand?
I mean, not that I've ever priced them, but I'm going to say sure.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, I might even let you come along.
Yeah.
Could you not fly something besides Southwest? You might have you might get nervous.
No, a couple times I've done the private jet thing. It's pretty awesome if somebody else is paying for it.
It really is. Well, I tell you what, I'll make you that deal. I win $1 million this weekend. Private jet home, buddy.
Perfect.
Okay?
Perfect.
On me.
Yeah, well, it better be.
On me.
Well, I hope you win the $1 million.
I do too.
I will tell you this. If I win the $1 million, we're coming home on Southwest.
You cheap bastard.
Nobody's going to know that I won $1 million.
Oh, my goodness.
Actually, that's not true. We'd be in the private jet, too.
I guarantee you everybody's going to know.
Everybody's going to know.
On the entire downtown Fremont Street, they'll know.
Dude, I remember one time Joanna won like $3,000 on a slot machine. Now I was over playing blackjack, and she's on a slot machine, and she starts screaming. And the dealer said, "Is that your wife?" And I was like, "Yeah." She probably won $100. It's all good. And I was on a roll. I did not want to get up from this Bellagio blackjack table. I was up a lot.
Uh-huh.
And she's screaming, and then the lady was like, "They're going over to her. You probably want to go over there. I think she won a lot."
Wow.
And I go over there. She won $3,000. I was pretty happy.
Not bad.
Yeah.
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 That nice little W-2.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
What if they give you a W-2 or a W something when you lose? Can I call them over and say, "Hey, I just lost 500 here. Can you write that down?"
Yeah, they know.
I know they know, but
last thing
the
you ever
IRS
wanted
doesn't know that.
Exactly. It's even things up. Well, it's dumb too that anything over 600 they give you the form for, which they started doing that in the 70s. Why don't they
actually longer than that ago? It was for gangsters, so they couldn't launder money or some.
Well, whenever they started it, and $600 isn't what $600 is now. Can we change that number for W-2s to something more in line with 2025?
Yes.
I don't know what that number should be, but
it should be more than I win.
Yeah, always.
Whatever that is, yes.
Exactly.
So
Vegas is going to be fun whether we win $1 million or not.
Absolutely.
Although it'd be a lot better if one of us won $1 million.
It would be fantastic.
And one of us being me.
Well, right now
that would be a lot more fun than you.
I'd take the $3,000.
Dude, I'm not gonna. I'm not. Dude, I was, man, I was like, I was trying to ignore Joanna because she gets excited if she wins $100, right?
Well, sure, I get it. Anytime you win something,
well, yeah, but
exciting.
to jump up and down and holler down at the, it's like, and I'm trying to play blackjack, and I was doing well, and I didn't want to leave, and the lady was like, "Yeah, I'll hold your chips, man, but you probably need to go." They're going over to her. Yeah. That was fun.
Well, good for Joanna.
Yeah. Can't wait to get to Vegas.
See, Ben Brasino on Twitter.
Here we go.
He just trying to bring down the house.
Of course, it's
Ben. You see this?
No.
If you win $1 million, you win $780,000. The IRS wins $220,000.
I think I'd be happy with $780 showing up in my bank account.
Yeah, I'd be okay, and I could use,
Ben, I'd be happy if $780 showed up on my bank account in Vegas.
Yeah, no kidding. Right.
As long as I'm up more than I'm down, then it's a successful weekend. And if I'm down a little bit, I had a good time, I'm good with that, right? If you are on the trip this weekend, if you're going to Circa Las Vegas, and if you decide you want to go, you can still book a room. Promo code Blitz will save you some money.
And let us know.
And let us know, because we'll figure out some sort of party or get-together at one of the bars, probably the Mega Bar, on Saturday there at Circa Las Vegas. And, of course, doing our show, I believe it's Stadium Swim on Thursday and Friday. Now, Grace Hansen on YouTube says it's $1,200 now.
I believe that is correct.
Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. But still, that's not enough. Yeah, it was Derek Stevens, the owner of Circa, who was actually on his radio show, was talking about that, because Trump did something in Circa right when he first got inaugurated.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
It was the press conference for no taxes on tips.
Yep, that's it. And apparently, Derek Stevens had a conversation with him, trying to get him on board to change that thing to about, I think he said 5,000 is what he thinks it should be now.
Yep.
So.
The UIW basketball team doing great things. They're continuing to win in their tournament. Let's talk to their head coach. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899, 651-5899. And now's the time to make sure your AC is tuned up and ready to go for the hot summer months ahead. And at Quartermoon, they've got a $58.99 pre-summer AC inspection special going on, $58.99. They'll come out and inspect your capacitor, indoor coil, outdoor coil, filter, and check all your temperature levels. Make sure your AC unit is ready to go for the hot summer months. Plumbing issues, call Quartermoon. They are full service. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. Call them 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is nice because you can just keep doing you. So keep on using that broken phone charger because it occasionally works. Keep quoting something you heard on a podcast as your own. Keep ignoring your sister's texts while you drive and after. And when baggage claim says, have a great trip, keep on saying, you too. And keep driving safely. And you could save with Snapshot from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Joe Reinagel, I'm Jason Minix. All the talk about the NCAA tournament, Final Four coming to San Antonio. Some postseason basketball being played by a San Antonio area university, and they're still rolling. A big win today, a blowout win. UIW destroys Jacksonville 87-71. Let's talk about it with Cardinals head coach Shane Hireman joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Coach, appreciate it. Congratulations on the win. I know it's busy because you got a game early today. You get that win. Now you got to play tomorrow night on ESPNU. But talk about your run here in the CBI.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, gentlemen. It's a heck of a run right now. For us, as we're trying to grow our program, being able to continue to play into March and capture momentum is a really big deal. And it's a testament to our players and our staff for the commitment and sacrifices they made to get us to this point.
Coach, when you look at a tournament play like this, everybody says it's a team that gets hot at the right time. And it looks like the Cardinals have really started playing perhaps some of their best basketball of the season. Do you see it that way?
Yeah, definitely. We're a team that's gone through it. We had a foundational building year last year, and we're able to attract some really talented people and high character people to the program, and it's kind of built it step by step. But yeah, I tell you, we're peaking at the right time. You always want to try to play your best basketball in March, and give these guys credit. They're doing just that.
Well, and they are. And I'm looking, at the box score from today's win. Now, looking at the CBI, I know Jacksonville was the home team. I'm assuming the higher seed, but you guys never even trailed in this game, led start to finish. But you talk about riding a couple guys. You had two guys play 39 minutes in the game today.
Yeah, we have a tremendous backcourt in Jalen Anderson and Davion Bailey, and two really experienced guards. And as you know, in college basketball, experience really matters, and continuity matters. They're two guys that transferred in from Ball State together. Have had a lot of success in their college career, and so they're continuing to get it done for us.
Well, that's awesome. We love the way you guys are playing. Now, you've got Illinois State tomorrow, Coach. And forgive my ignorance on this, but do you stay in the same spot? You don't have to travel anywhere, do you?
No, so it's all hosted in Daytona Beach, and it's a great setup. The hotel's right on the beach, and then the event is literally across the street, so we literally walk over to our games.
So it's easy to motivate the guys, dude. You guys win, you get to spend another night at the beach, right?
No question.
All right, now, Coach Shane Hireman from UIW here on the Blitz. In all seriousness, how much fun do you guys get to actually have there at Daytona Beach?
Unfortunately, I would love to tell you we're lounging around on the beach and hanging out, but give again these guys credit. They're on a business trip. It's really important, and obviously being able to play in the NCAA tournament is phenomenal. But the NIT and CBI both offer a tremendous amount of wealth of experience and different things, and so they're really focused. And I'm excited to see this continue and put our best foot forward.
Coach Hireman, Jason mentioned the minutes that were played today. Your guys, at this point in time, they don't care, right? I mean, it's an exciting tournament. You're on the cusp. You're in the semifinals. I would assume these guys would play as many minutes as you'll have them play.
Yeah, no doubt, right? And a couple of these guys are finishing their college careers, and so it's easy to kind of leave everything you got on the table and give everything you got.
Shane Hireman here on the Blitz, head basketball coach over at UIW. Second year, and obviously any kind of postseason success at whatever tournament you're in is building towards the future. What's a day like today for you? You win a game today and you play early. Tomorrow night you play at 6, and the portal opens today. What's today been like for you?
You hit the last one on the head, right? So it's definitely about keeping our team together and prepping and making sure that we're the most prepared team tomorrow. So doing a lot of film work, watching stuff with our guys, starting to go through walkthrough prep. But at the same time, you hit it right. The portal opened up today, so I've no less than 100 different texts and calls today. We have 3 presentations we're doing tonight, and so it never stops. But obviously, want to keep our eye on Daytona and continuing to do the best we can down here.
So, Coach, what do you guys do? You say you're going through the film and all of that for walkthrough. Is that walkthrough tomorrow morning before the game? When do you go over the stuff that you want your guys to know what to do?
Yeah, so fortunately we've been doing some work ahead of time, and so we'll watch initial film tonight after dinner with our guys and just start the process of walking through some things. We won't actually spend any time, from a physical standpoint. This is really cerebral at this point, late into the tournament, just trying to protect bodies. And then tomorrow morning we'll kind of get a little bit more expansive with it and just ensure we got the details of execution of what we're trying to do game plan wise.
And then of course the game tomorrow night against Illinois State, 6:00 our time, televised on ESPNU. After you knock off those guys, then it's the championship game. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And the championship game is when?
The following day. Yep. So it's
wow.
win or go home every single day. Yeah. So quick turnarounds. But our guys are embracing it and continuing to do such a great job down here.
Well, Coach Hireman, as soon as you ask that question, Jason, he's like, I'm not looking ahead to anything. I got Illinois State on my mind right now, nothing else. Isn't that right, Coach?
No question. Staying focused, staying present.
Yeah, but that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
I mean, we want to make sure enough people know tomorrow night you can watch the Cardinals on ESPNU, and then the championship game will be the following night. You guys are going to be in there, and that game is also on national TV. And just what that does for your program. You know, you're talking to guys, hey, come here. They're able to watch you guys live. They're able to watch your coaching style live. And that's, I mean, it's hard to buy that, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, and I'll tell you another layer to it is we, you know, at UIW from an institution perspective, we had a really cool story to tell. So, and we're a host to this year's Final Four. And so the more audience that we can capture that we may not have otherwise through this wonderful vehicle of basketball is an awesome thing as we continue to grow our institution's brand, our basketball brand. So anytime we can capture a live, you know, national audience is spectacular for us.
So can you give us a scouting report, Coach? What does Illinois State do well that you guys have to limit?
They got really good players. They have a tremendous inside presence, and they can hurt you in a variety of ways. They're really skilled. They can shoot the basketball. So we got our hands full. They're really well coached. They'll be prepared, disciplined. They've had a lot of success in the Missouri Valley this year, which is a really good conference. And so we got our hands full. But our guys, again, give them credit. They're locked into preparation right now and feeling good about ourselves. And I like the way our group's connected.
Well, and seems to be playing extremely good basketball in the month of March, which is what you want to do. Shane Hireman, head basketball coach over at Incarnate Word. I know it's an extremely busy day. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to jump on with us here down on the Blitz here in San Antonio.
No, thank you, guys. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Shane Hireman, head coach over at UIW on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. And it really is a crazy day for him to take 10, 12 minutes just now to do that.
Yeah, we
with
appreciate
with
that,
the portal open and the quick turnaround. Appreciate them
absolutely
making that happen.
Absolutely. But you know what? He's taking advantage of the opportunity because UIW is successful in this tournament to this point, and you want to get it out there. And so he understands the assignment. He knows what he's doing there, and I wish him all the best. I mean, man, they're on a roll. They're playing well, and why not win tomorrow and play in that championship game?
87-71 was the final today over Jacksonville. And you look at it, Davion Bailey scored 23, Jalen Anderson scored at 22, and Jordan Pike scored at 21. 39 minutes, and 33 minutes. They don't use a lot of bench play. 6 points off the bench. They just hopefully through a tournament run when you're playing that many minutes, you can keep the energy going because he doesn't seem to go to his bench very much.
Yeah, and I don't think those guys care. They're young.
No.
They're ready to go. The adrenaline's flowing. And quite frankly, they're going to get a lot of rest, right? They played early this morning. They can sleep all day, meetings, dinner tonight, sleep. Game's not till 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
I'm just glad that these guys have a lot more discipline, say, than most college kids would. You're at Daytona Beach.
Spring break.
Your hotel is right on the beach. You mentioned it. Spring break is going on. You could be on your balcony with binoculars, or you could be out there in the sand, and I think I'd be out there in the sand. Hey, what time's our meeting? Right? But again, they're disciplined. They're focused. They're on a business trip.
No, that would be very difficult and tempting to want to go out there because it is still spring break, and it's Daytona Beach, which is a very popular spring break destination. So good for those guys to be able to play that well. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with bringing a pair of binoculars, sitting out on your balcony. There's nothing wrong with that.
You couldn't sound more creepier, Joe Reinagel.
I'm just saying, I mean, why not? If you can't participate on the sand, you can give your eyes a treat.
Why?
Probably called up Caitlin.
Oh, that was creepy.
I like that you're here.
What happened to that dude?
Greg Doyle? He's still working at the Indianapolis Star, not covering the WNBA.
I guess. Speaking of creepy.
Wow. Yeah, no, that one was that was weird.
That was extremely weird.
That was all kinds of weird.
Again, props to UIW and wish them the best tomorrow. And we can watch that game, so I'm looking forward to that. I want to see them play tomorrow night.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, right after the Blitz. Time for a little UIW basketball.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good run. You think about UIW, and what their football team has done and continues to do, what they're doing in basketball, building the program, and trying to build their brand. And at some point, UIW will try to get outside of Broadway and get the city to embrace them, because I think that's one of the biggest issues that they have over there, in trying to get the word out, pun intended, about everything that they've got going on. But it is pretty incredible, that university and the athletic success that they have had. You put on NFL Network in about 1 minute, and you're going to be able to watch Cam Ward's pro day. Now, he's doing his pro day down at Miami, and all 32 teams are there. Over 100 NFL scouting personnel types are there. I'm seeing on Twitter a number of head coaches and general managers are there, yet the vast majority of mock drafts have him going number 1 to Tennessee. And by the way, they're there. They had dinner with him last night.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if they don't take him. But you got to keep in mind, it's not just Cam Ward working out there, right? There's receivers. There's other players from Miami that are working out on this pro day as well. Obviously, Cam is the headliner, but it'll be the same way at Texas tomorrow. We're talking about Quinn Ewers in his pro day, but there'll be a lot of players there from Texas, and probably every team in the NFL represented.
UTSA held their pro day today. I'm not sure if it's completely over or still going on. I'm seeing some various tweets about it. I know Boston College held theirs today. All 32 NFL teams are represented there, and you're going to get that from most of the major programs, especially if there's some top pick potential. But you look at, Quinn Ewers, where is he going to go? I know he's got a meeting with Dallas. There's a mock draft out today. There seems to be a mock draft every day. That has him going to Seattle. The NFL draft is 1 month from today. Let's talk some NFL coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I don't know what you're planning for dinner tonight, but I got a suggestion. Round Table Pizza. Yeah, it is fantastic pizza, and I tell you what, it's awesome. But they have other things besides pizza. They've got sandwiches there. They've got wings there, some great wings at Round Table Pizza. But I tell you, it's their pizza that makes them special because, well, they have made-from-scratch dough. They make it every day, a 3-cheese blend, and they've got toppings that they put all the way to the edge, right? So it's right there on the crust. You're going to have a topping on every single bite, every slice that you have. And right now they've got a brand-new pizza for you to try, and it's fantastic. We had the opportunity to try it the other day. It's a pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza. It's available for a limited time, and right now you can get a large pizza for only $19.99. You heard me right. A large pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza for only $19.99. And you compare that with their shareables, their crispy mozzarella sticks, spicy jalapeno poppers, golden potato wedges. All of those things are delicious, and it is the perfect bite to complement your meal. Look, think about Round Table Pizza. If you want to find the nearest location, or if you want to order for pickup or delivery, all you have to do is head to roundtablepizza.com. Again, that is roundtablepizza.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle. We're waiting until Thursday for Sweet 16, but there's players to talk about. Who do the Spurs like?
And Micah Parsons, where are we at? What's the holdup? What's the result if this doesn't get done? We'll talk about that and more. It's the Morning Huddle. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Imagine waking up in the morning to ocean views on Matagorda Bay. I know that you can. Minutes from world-class fishing. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. Don't miss this one-day event this Saturday, March 29th, where you can get 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access for just $49.9. That is correct, just $49.9. John Lopez here, and I host the Texas Saltwater Fishing Podcast, Bite Me. If you love the Texas coast like I do, you're going to love this gated community. With a resort-style pool and cabana, boat slips and launch, boat and RV storage, paved roads, on and on it goes, underground utilities, and so much more. It all happens this Saturday, March 29th. So call for your private tour, 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Ask about the grand opening day specials and the helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Get your piece of coastal paradise.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Springtime is here and baseball season is finally underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs, you can take your pick of more or less for your shot of 1,000 times your money cash today. I'll say it again. That's today, because on Prize Picks, you can match your player projections from different sports. Combine your favorite baseball players with your favorite basketball players. Maybe it's hockey. Maybe it's esports. Maybe it's something else. That's why you download Prize Picks. And what you do with Prize Picks is you win $50 instantly. Go download the app today and use the code ALAMO. That's ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. I'll say it again. Download the app right now. Use the code ALAMO. That's $50 instantly. Just play your lineup. Prize Picks. Hey, go run your game. I love Prize Picks because I'm not alone. There's millions of us playing, and you can win. It's easy. More or less. You better go run your game now.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives. At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Your marriage is over. You know it. Your friends know it. Take back control now with Barton & Associates. An aggressive, no-nonsense team of attorneys ready to fight for what you deserve. Contact us today at TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high-stakes tournament. It's It's all about kicking back, having fun, and making memories. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Ancira.com and PPL Motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
It's kind of crazy. We're 3 weeks away from the golf tournament.
Yeah.
Get signed up for Spring Golf Classic presented by Flight by Yingling. 3 weeks away. sasportstar.com is where you can get signed up. It is the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that. You can always comment there. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. One of our regulars in there, Renee, is is he a professor?
I think so, yeah.
I know he teaches a class. It's just Professor Renee. He said one of those players, Pike, was a student last semester. Funny kid. See, and that's one of the cool things when you hear about the personalities of some of these college kids. And at a smaller school like UIW, you probably see that a lot.
Absolutely. He also says there's a watch party tomorrow night at Tycoon Flats.
Cool.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Go UIW.
Dude, any kind of tournament success.
Absolutely.
Postseason success.
Well, I think they've already had that. I mean, in all honesty, nobody expected them to get to the semifinals of this tournament or any other for that matter. I mean, they didn't have that great of a year record-wise, but they've gotten hot here in this tournament and have done well.
Absolutely. Good stuff. What are we watching now? It's a blowout basketball game. Can we put on the Cam Ward Pro Day? Can't believe I want to watch that, but because it's Cam Ward, I do. You know, I saw somebody, he's expected to have a good pro day. Dude, everybody has a good pro day.
If you don't, there's something wrong.
I mean, you have rehearsed everything you're doing with your guys preparing for this. So you should have a good pro day. Now, you can't, with your throws is one thing. Some of the other stuff that you're doing, I guess that's there. But I fully expect most to have a good pro day.
Well, and that's the reason why a lot of these guys don't participate in the combine. They want to come home and do the pro days with receivers they're familiar with, surroundings they're familiar with, and they just tend to do a little bit better there. Now, you can still have some bad throws, obviously,
sure.
and that's on you. But for the most part, everybody has a pretty good pro day.
Well, and then you look at, all the teams out scouting, the fact that we are literally a month away from the draft.
Wow, that's incredible.
April 24th in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
How about that? Well, it might be a little warmer by then.
I would hope.
I would hope so.
But either way, we're a month away. And all the different mock drafts. And like NFL.com today has a 4-round mock draft. I mean, you could lose yourself going all over the place.
Yeah.
But as we're a month out, and you listen to all the different mocks, everybody's suggestion for who needs to go where, right? And I know the Cowboys are going to draft a running back. I don't know that I want that running back in the first round. I know they need a wide receiver. I don't know that I want a wide receiver in the first round. Although putting another solid, legit wide receiver opposite of CeeDee Lamb gives that another great weapon for Dak Prescott. Then you listen to Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin was on with Kay Adams. And it's interesting because he talks about the importance of a running back. And then it might make you think, well, maybe we should look at a running back in the first round.
And that's a great question. And if both are on the board, I got to go JT. Because now I'm coming back to what I know, and we all fall back on what we know best. And what I know best is that triplet formation, winning games. I know when Emmett came, the difference he made. We had the same offensive line prior to him getting here. But when he got here, all of a sudden they became the best offensive line ever. That's because Emmett was the best running back ever. You see what I mean? And he made a difference. Let's look at what Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry did for those squads that they played on this year. So, yeah, you get a chance to get a Genty and get and have that kind of production that he's had. Yeah, you take him. But I love Matthew Golden too now. That's a speed guy that we need also. We need that speed.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks just signed back with New Orleans, and honestly, God bless him. Brandon Cooks, you know, they lost a lot of that speed that the Cowboys need. And yeah, Matthew Golden would be great.
He's no longer a Cowboy, so the hell with him.
Screw him.
He's lost it.
Yeah, he didn't have that speed.
He's out of there.
He used to have that speed.
I don't think Genty is going to be there at 12.
And that's it. So is the other running back to get out of North Carolina, is he worthy of going there? You look at all the different wide receivers, and there's so many speedy wide receivers. The NFL.com mock today has the Cowboys actually trading with Denver and going back to 20 and taking the kid out of Ohio State. I don't know that I'd be mad at that, to be honest with you, because they need weapons. I know there's so many other needs, and I do expect the Cowboys to have an offensive-heavy draft because they had a defensive-heavy free agency on a lot of cheap one-year deals because they were selectively aggressive. But more weapons for Dak Prescott is where I'm leaning now a month out. I know they need some line help on both sides, but, you know, and then you listen to Michael, well, maybe that running back is more important than we think.
Yeah, but I think he's only talking about Genty, right? You're talking, so if a talent like Genty falls to you at 12, yeah, then you take him. I don't think he just means any running back. I don't know. I'd have to ask him. But I still go back to what Emmitt Smith said. And I would, no disrespect to Michael Irvin, but Emmitt Smith actually played the position. And he said he would be against drafting Genty or anybody else with that first-round pick because he said, in his words, the offensive line is not ready. So I don't know. Look, if Genty falls to the Cowboys and they want to take him, I don't think anybody's going to be mad at that. If a wide receiver falls to them at 12 and they want to do that, I don't think anybody's going to fault them for that. Look, C.D. Lamb, when they took him, I was like, really? There's so many other needs, but you're taking C.D. Lamb with that pick, and it was just the shiny object, and it's worked out. So we'll see.
Again, you know, you look at Omarion Hampton out of North Carolina. If he's there at 12 or if you trade back, you know, in this mock, he's going 21 to Pittsburgh. And I got to believe 21 to Pittsburgh with the idea that Aaron Rodgers is going to be their quarterback because Pittsburgh is still looking for a running back. And you go back to, you know, when Pledge is pointing out, Irvin was talking about it was the same line. Emmett got there, and they became the best offensive line. And Emmett had a whole lot to do with that. And I think it all has to work together, right? You can have a great running back and no offensive line, and not have success. Barry Sanders isn't in this draft, right?
Nor is O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
All right, because both of those guys succeeded with no offensive line. And look, I get it. No disrespect to Michael Irvin, but Emmitt Smith is Emmitt Smith. He's a running back. And he told us straight up he wouldn't draft a running back with that first pick.
And again, what Emmett told us wasn't because he didn't think the running back was worthy. He didn't think the running back would have success behind this offensive line. And then the running back is going to get trashed for not living up to the hype because it all does have to work together. But the Cowboys, in this running back class, and if Genty is there at 12, you know damn well Jerry isn't going to pass him up. I just don't think he's going to be there.
I'm sure he won't. I don't think he will be either. But
Hampton is the one that is the only other running back projected to go in the first round. And depending on what mock draft you look at, I've seen him as high as 10, and this one he's at 21. I've seen him a little bit later in the 20s. So that's where you trust your board. But I'm leaning now more towards the idea of drafting one of these elite wide receivers to pair up with C.D. Lamb.
You're not sold on Paris Campbell or Jonathan Mingo?
Who?
Yeah. I'm just asking.
No.
Okay, so.
Or anybody named Jalen, right? And so get another top flight stud wide receiver and try to figure out the rest. And, they might have a Cincinnati type problem. You better try to go outscore everybody because, well, and I don't know how good this defense is going to be because there's still some holes to fill there. But right now I'm leaning more towards wide receiver than anything else, and that's a bit of a shift. Just thinking about what the Cowboys have so many needs, but I think one of the biggest fixes is putting somebody opposite CeeDee Lamb that is a legit threat, and that is something that CeeDee hasn't had in a while. You look at all the teams that have success with two wide receivers. You look at what the Rams did. All right, we got Puka. What else can we do to make this better because Cooper Kupp is falling off? So, wow, let's make a big splash here. Now you got Matt Stafford with two key options, not to mention a solid tight end. And you look at a Jake Ferguson, and he needs to have a solid bounce-back year because he's also in line for another contract. So, guy in a contract year, have a big year. Go have it, Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes with guys waiting for that contract and they have a good year. We'll see. In this particular mock that you reference in the Cowboys trade down to number 20, Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. Well, I mean, I don't know either. 6'1", 190 pounds. Who knows? But he comes from Ohio State, so must be pretty solid.
He's been solid. He's fantastic. Anybody that's watched Ohio State and how anybody hasn't lately, he's solid. And again, he's been the opposite guy a lot because of guys like Marvin Harrison Jr. And, wide receivers grow on trees at Ohio State. And we're not talking about Michigan guys. So,
please don't.
That won't make your head explode, Ryan Eagle.
Well, I mean, I would hope that Jerry would have learned his lesson by now, that Michigan's not a good spot to go. Taco Charlton, Mozzie Smith, Schoonmaker.
Jordan Lewis was good. He's gone now.
Yeah. Michigan, stay away from Michigan. I'm just saying.
If you're Dallas, you would have to say, I'm not doing that again. Even though there might be some great players there, and they've got some great pros in the NFL, just not with the Dallas Cowboys.
It's not the ones that they pick. And I guess the jury's still out on Mozzie, maybe.
I mean, it's time for him to put up or shut up.
It is.
I mean, we're getting to that point in his career where they've got decisions to make. Because as much as we talk about Micah Parsons and getting his deal done, the Cowboys have some other deals that they could get done if they are trying to work ahead. And I mentioned a Jake Ferguson. You look at a Tyler Smith. Guys that have proven to be worthy and good draft picks for the Dallas Cowboys. Draft, develop, and pay your own guys. They could work ahead on some of those and get ahead of the game, especially after they get the Micah Parsons deal done, which still isn't done. And after the last week, you kind of thought, all right, are we getting close? Are we not getting close? Are we going to put this on the shelf for a couple of weeks now? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. The Cowboys, Todd Archer has a great article referring to this, that Mike is not the Cowboys' only problem. They ought to work ahead and get some of those other guys signed. But that's just not what the Cowboys do. I mean, it's just not. So, would that be the smart thing to do? Probably would be. But we're dealing with the Dallas Cowboys who don't always do what is the best thing to do.
And let's not forget Deron Bland.
There's that guy.
That guy. And the way he has played, he's probably going to end up being one of those high-priced guys. Now, is now the time to work ahead on deals for, say, a Ferguson and a Bland that had a little bit of, you would say, down years last year because of injury? So they're not coming in off of a Pro Bowl-type season. You think about Deron Bland 2 years ago when he had all those pick sixes. Could you imagine if he was up then, what his price tag would be? You almost wonder from a let's get it done deal, now would be the time to get it done if you're talking about cashing in when the market is high. The Cowboys need to cash in now coming off of those seasons based off expectations that they return to what they did 2 years ago.
And just keep some of these guys. And keep in mind, as Todd Archer points out, they've got $55 million in cap space.
Mm-hmm.
And signing Micah Parsons this year to an extension, that's not affected by that, okay? So you still got $55 million in cap space, even once Micah is signed. Do you get some of these other guys? If it was me, and I don't think any of this will happen, by the way, but Tyler Smith is probably the guy I'm focused on first and foremost. Because as much as I like Jake Ferguson, tight ends you can find. Deron Bland may turn out to be too damn expensive anyway. So Tyler Smith is the guy that I'm focused on.
You know, it's interesting because when you read this Todd Archer article, giving players extensions before the final season of their contract was how the Cowboys used to operate, which a long time ago, because he mentions, you know, like Travis Frederick, Tyrone Crawford, Terrence Newman, Witten, Brady James, DeMarcus Well, all signed extensions well before their final year. But back then, the Cowboys were doing those with 6, 7, 8-year deals that allowed them to operate. Now that everybody wants a shorter deal, the Cowboys have completely changed the way they do their business. I don't know where the happy medium is, because I know they don't want those guys back at the table anytime sooner. And if, you know, it might look bad now, but in 3 or 4 years, that contract is going to look like a great deal for the Cowboys. And so I know that's what the Cowboys were doing back then. But how can they get back into a similar philosophy on how to do business, not letting guys get to the end, maxing out at the current value, and figuring out where that happy medium is for the Cowboys? Or do they just need to adjust and say, today's NFL, this is how it's done. You've got to do it this way.
I suppose, but it just seems like everybody else can get it done, and the Cowboys are not one of those teams that do until it's late in the process. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Micah Parsons has got to be your priority at this point in time with whatever you're going to do with him, because I just don't think he shows up if you don't. You need to get him taken care of.
He's not going to show up.
I wouldn't.
He's not going to show up, nor should he show up. Crazy. Sweet 16 is set. Let's talk about the weekend in the NCAA tournament. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Made in America. Highest quality. That's Connecticut Quality Water Softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com. and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
ConnecticutSA.com.
San Antonio, are you ready? The 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four is coming to the Alamo City. The NCAA Men's Final Four Fan Fest, presented by Capital One, brings fun for all ages. Fan Fest is a sports wonderland of interactive games with celebrity and athlete appearances, giveaways, and much more. Come ready to play April 4th through the 7th at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. The event is free for kids 12 and under, Capital One card holders, military personnel, and 2025 Final Four ticket holders. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. That's exactly what I did. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home evaluation. That's Orchard.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Hey, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Texas Longhorns have a new head basketball coach. They moved on from Rodney Terry. They're hiring Sean Miller of Xavier. He will be their next coach. Quinn Ewers, he's going to work out for NFL teams tomorrow. It is Texas Pro Day, and he's got a few visits lined up after that, including one with the Dallas Cowboys. Spurs, they've won 3 in a row. They're now only 2.5 games back of the play-in tournament. Turn to action tomorrow against the Pistons in Detroit.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along here on this Monday afternoon.
Absolutely. It's good to have you along. And if you're just getting off work on this Monday, congratulations. We're happy for you. Your Monday is in the books, at least the hard part of your Monday.
Exactly. The rest of us are still grinding away.
Grinding away.
Grinding away.
Work, work, work.
If you're following some NBA stuff, Anthony Davis will play tonight, or he's available. First time in 18 games, actually playing for the Mavericks. And LeBron James also upgraded to available for tonight's game at Orlando.
How about that? Well, that's good for them because he's been missed a few games.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, let's just hope he survives the first quarter. without another injury. We'll take it 1 quarter at a time with AD.
1 quarter at a time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's less than 20 games left in the NBA season, I think. Spurs are like 13 games. It's short. It's not much left.
It's almost over. I mean, it's March, though. I mean, we're down to Sweet 16.
I know.
In the tournament. And then the tournament so far, you go through the first 4 days of the tournament. We all gear up, ready for March Madness, ready for all the crazy upsets. Overall, what's your thought of what we've seen so far? Because it has been chalky, if you will.
I've enjoyed it. I mean, I have. I've enjoyed it. I've liked watching. There were a couple of good games yesterday. That Florida-UConn game was fantastic, and Florida just gets by towards the end. But and then with the Maryland game, right? They beat Colorado State, I think it was, on a last-minute bucket with a travel included. But, you know, they got it done, and it wasn't called. So there were some good games yesterday.
It wasn't called. It's been interesting, but then you look at some of the crazy storylines that go along with the NCAA tournament. Rick Pitino, for one, is making a lot of news for what was actually behind him at the game yesterday.
Yes, he is. And it just shows the minds of some of us, huh? Where you're looking at, well, you tell them what they were looking at?
Oops.
A red dress with cleavage.
Lots of it.
Uh-huh. Pitino was his kid?
Yeah.
Was playing, yeah.
No, his kid was coaching, Richard Pitino.
Okay.
And they lost yesterday, but after Rick Pitino's team was eliminated, he got on a plane, went to Cleveland to watch his son coach. And every time they showed him, all anybody was talking about was the lady behind him.
Well, it's a good thing Rick wasn't turning around.
Well, there were times.
He was paying attention to what was happening
there
on
were
the floor.
times.
Well, it's really hard, I mean, honestly, not to. Right? I mean,
well,
we're all guys.
Well, that's it. I mean, you know, if you're busty, you're busty, and if you got seats like that and you're right in front of a famous person, people are going to notice.
Right? It's hard not to notice. I mean, it really is. It's hard not to notice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
TMZ just posted about it yet again. Rick Pitino's attendance at Suns game overshadowed by busty fan.
I'm not sure.
Heartwarming moment was derailed by someone else in the crowd.
A heartwarming moment.
He's there to watch his son.
Well, exactly.
Yes.
So they are making it about boobs.
Yes.
So it's not Rick Pitino that's doing that.
No.
Look at old Rick. He's going.
Do you even notice Rick in that picture?
I can't.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
I won't turn around.
I've got cameras on me all night. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn. Oh.
No, that's. I mean, yeah, yes.
Big plays. She's jumping up and down, cheering.
Big what?
Plays.
Oh, okay. No, very, very nice. But you know that poor lady. You think she knew she was going to be the feature for all of us degenerates today?
I would like to say no. But then again, who knows?
So when you put the video in motion.
You're doing that again, huh?
Well,
for show research purposes only.
You know, Pitino's son, they look a lot alike, don't they?
Yeah. There's no doubt who his kid is.
They do.
Or who his father is.
I just, that poor lady, I mean, she just, and the problem is she's not getting the proper credit. Because nobody knows who the hell she is. Although her phone's got to be blowing up today, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
All right. Well, lady, you and your boobs are famous.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just me, or did that come off as Joe being upset that he doesn't know her name to Instagram look?
Yeah.
No, I don't give a damn.
How do I continue to research this?
I have no idea. I don't want to know what this lady's name is.
But if they tagged her on Instagram, you wouldn't be mad.
Well, I don't even know what to do with that. I'm talking about the Instagram.
Sound like George Clooney.
I'm just saying.
George Clooney said, I'm not doing any more romantic things. I'm not competing with 25-year-old heartthrobs.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with that. Shut up.
Yes. If you're George Clooney, I wouldn't stop until they made me.
Mm-hmm.
That poor lady. I feel bad for her.
Do you now?
I really do.
Do you now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
All we're seeing is her boobs.
Yeah.
That's it.
You need to see the rest of her?
Well, I'm just saying, nobody's like, you should have seen this beautiful woman.
Give her time. The internet will find her. They will have plenty of links later.
So have her OnlyFans page.
I mean, not everybody has to have an OnlyFans.
Well,
but
she
it's
should.
Possible.
She really should. Because and I'm not judging age here, but looks like she might be a little more mature woman.
What does that mean?
Well, she's not a young person.
So now you're calling her old.
Well, I'm just saying she's probably 40-ish, 50-ish maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. What would you guess? We don't know this woman, so you're not going to hurt her feelings. You can guess.
I'm not really sure.
You would say more mature, wouldn't you?
I don't know that I would use that phrase.
Well, she's not a cheerleader, right? I mean, she's not
She might have been.
not a 20-something.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know this lady personally? You don't want to insult her, or what?
No, I have no idea. I don't.
You can say she looks a little older,
or any lady. Mm-hmm.
I, on the other hand, have no problem insulting anybody.
No, you don't.
Hey, you only live once.
I would say that she's probably a mother of one of those guys on the.
There you go.
Yes.
So probably 40-something.
Yeah.
She's not in her 30s.
No.
40-something.
I hope she's not in her 30s.
Could be somebody's grandmother.
What state?
Well, where did he fly to?
All right, of course, Pledge finds out. Although this happens all the time. I don't buy any of this. Mystery fan gets porn site offer. Reveal yourself for $200,000. But those porn sites do that all the time just to get attention.
Well, they do. But so if the lady called whatever porn site this is and say, okay, I'm in, where do I go?
Well,
or do you shoot it yourself?
She's got to do some things to get to $200,000.
She's got to show herself.
Yes, all of herself. It's a porn site.
Are you sure it's all of herself? Maybe they just want the top. I mean, that's what's making all the headlines.
I think reveal yourself coming from a porn site is pretty obvious what that means. Well, it's more than just said, hey, that's me.
Which begs the question.
Here we go.
Is $200,000 enough to reveal yourself if you're said woman?
Who knows?
I'm just, is that enough for you?
No.
Dude, I'd strip as quick as you could. Leave the check. I'm in. $200,000? Woo-wee!
I don't think you're getting that offer.
Don't we all wish we could see more wiener? Be helicopters and everything. Dude, come on. I'm $200,000? I'm in. Although I haven't gotten any offers like that. So.
No, and you would do it for $200.
No, I've got a little more.
No, you don't.
Not $200.
No,
Come
you
on,
don't.
$200.
I mean, we're going to Vegas Wednesday. If I find you Saturday doing things for $200, man, we'll know how things are going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no helicopters down at the pool.
Joe's toes.
Of course, the water's cold.
Well, it depends on the temperature outside. Those pools adjust.
You're going to blame the water being cold anyway.
Nah. I bought some new socks. It's all good. Look at that guy. Woo!
Ah. So let's talk about the tournament coming up.
Let's do it. Sweet 16?
Sweet 16 is set. All the big conferences moving on. No mid-majors make the Sweet 16. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz Course. Sweet 16 gets going on Thursday. We got some NBA between now and then, and also Thursday, opening day of Major League Baseball. Now is the time to go download the Underdog app and play the Pick'em game because baseball season is back. Make opening day and every other game day more exciting with Underdog, one of the leading sports apps, and you can play in Texas. Love playing the Pick'em game on Underdog, and you can mix and match between leagues and players. All you got to do is select higher or lower on player stats. Play with as little as $1, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Millions of fans have won billions making picks on Underdog. Their app has over 100,000 five-star reviews and millions of players. So download the Underdog app. Sign up now using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up. Promo code STAR. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly upon your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids. golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
These days, figuring out what, where, and how to watch TV is out of control. And so is the cost. That's why I'm psyched I found Philo. Live TV from A&E, Discovery, MTV, and all the channels I love. A huge library of movies and shows, and an unlimited DVR to save them. I also get AMC Plus and all their blockbuster hits. All this for just $28 a month when you sign up at philo.tv. Give it a try, risk-free at philo.tv.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone. Any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
This is AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along here on this Monday afternoon.
Absolutely.
3 weeks until our golf tournament coming up.
Well, that's going to be fun. If you haven't signed up, you need to do that because I expect to get an update tomorrow, Wednesday, saying that there's not much room left.
We're at last check, I think we were right around double-digit teams left, right around 10.
Yep.
And because I did get a direct message from somebody over the weekend that they got their team signed up. So make sure you go to sasportstar.com, get signed up. Our Spring Golf Classic, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, benefiting the Pan American Golf Association. So get signed up. It's going to be a good time. You know, just heard the commercial for Mellow Mushroom. It is a Mellow Monday.
It is that.
We've got a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom that we're giving away right now. Right now. Let's do it now, Pledge. You ready? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. First person that says who our golf tournament is benefiting correctly.
Wow.
Will win $50 to Mellow Mushroom.
Do you know Pledge?
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The tournament has had some exciting moments for sure, but we're not seeing the crazy upsets. We don't have a mid-major in the Sweet 16. Is this a byproduct of the portal? All the good players that were playing at mid-majors have been bought by the bigger teams, or is this just a one-off?
You know, I think it's hard until we see a few more. Although I did hear an interview today, I can't remember where it was, with Bruce Pearlman, Auburn head coach, and he's talking about how he has embraced the portal, and obviously it's done him well. I mean, Auburn is one of those teams, right? So I'm guessing that it's got to be partly responsible for what we're seeing here. Although when you look at some of these teams, still, even the smaller schools, I say smaller schools, that they've given some of these big schools, fits. But yeah, I think the days, at least in this where we're at right now with the portal and NIL and all that stuff, the I don't know, George Masons of the world are not going to make it anymore.
Well, and you think about like Sister Jean and,
Yeah.
you know, Loyola, and when they were here in San Antonio and how crazy that was. And, you know, there was a time in college basketball that those mid-majors had guys that have been there for 4 years and senior-led teams that know how to play each other going against the one-and-dones, and you would see those. Now we're not seeing that as much, and also I think because of the extra years of eligibility that guys have gotten, you've got teams that, man, their average age is older than Oklahoma City. So you have that, but you got 4 conferences left in the Sweet 16. 4, and they're all the power conferences.
And it's all SEC and Big 12, basically, right? The ACC has Duke. That's it. Yeah. So, it's interesting, and I'm afraid that's going to happen. And look, that's an unintended consequence, right? Or maybe it's an intended consequence, however you want to look at it. But we've been talking about that since the inception of this thing. Schools like UTSA, for example, are at a disadvantage when it comes to these power schools because of the money that they have and the deep pockets that are around. And again, I don't know how you fix that, but it's an issue. It is an issue. And I don't know, the beauty of this tournament was that you could have somebody come out of the clear blue sky. And I guess the closest we've got is what, Arkansas? As a 10 seed.
As a 10 seed, which is kind of crazy when you think about that. But at the same time, you start looking at some of the upcoming matchups, you know, Auburn against Michigan, Ole Miss against Michigan State, Alabama's got BYU, and Duke in Arizona. I mean, I don't know anybody that'd be mad at the matchups that we're getting. You know, and like I've always said, like, I love it when the underdog Cinderella story gets to the Sweet 16. Maybe the Elite 8. I don't necessarily want them in my Final Four.
Well, you're not going to have anybody in your Final Four this year.
No.
And I tell you what, it sets up, and we were laughing about it, filling out our brackets. You can't have all number 1 seeds. Could very well happen that way, although Michigan State's going to be a tough out for somebody. But they're a number 2 seed, but they're going to be a difficult out. So I'm looking forward to this weekend because some good basketball, and there's some matchups there that I think are going to prove to be worthy games.
Well, and I mean, you know, like you look at like Florida, Maryland, how good that game could be. Although Maryland, they got lucky to get by Colorado State, right? Because travel wasn't called. But that was one of the, I don't know, more thrilling games over the weekend because you had the buzzer beater. You had the madness there. But Colorado State was this close to actually changing the storyline that we're talking about, you know, right now. You know, Texas Tech taking out Drake, no big deal, but Arkansas knocking off St. John's, big surprise just because of all the hype around St. John's.
Yeah.
You know, Tennessee rolls, Kentucky rolls. That should be an interesting matchup. Houston, they didn't struggle. I mean, Gonzaga gave them a good game. Purdue and McNeese wasn't ever a game. I mean, so again, you look at the matchups that we have at this point, and you get ready for the games coming up this Thursday and Friday, and then, you know, what we're going to have over the weekend in the Elite 8. I don't think anybody's upset unless, you know, your champion is already out, which you took a flyer if your champion is already out. But it is kind of odd that it has gone as chalk as it has.
Some good games, though. When you mentioned all those in Kentucky and Tennessee, I mean, what a matchup that's going to be. I don't think Houston-Purdue's going to be that good. Honestly, I don't expect Florida and Maryland to be that good. Texas Tech, Arkansas, I don't know. Texas Tech's pretty good basketball team. So I don't know what kind of matchups we're going to have, but when you just look at the Sweet 16 portion, Saturday, Sunday could be where all the action is. That's when we could see some really good matchups.
Well, I mean, you know, and if you're looking at your bracket and hoping it all comes through, I'm with you. And I'm glad that we're going to be in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas, where you can go up to the window and, you know,
actually place a bet on a team.
Place a bet.
Yeah.
Or on my phone with their app.
Yes.
Right there sitting, you know, at the pool at Stadium Swim. It's going to be fantastic. You look at the 2 Texas teams left. And now the Longhorns going with Sean Miller. The expectation for Texas is that they're going to be playing this weekend sooner rather than later. Portal window opens today. It feels like half of Xavier's roster has hit the portal. You wonder how many of those guys will end up in Austin, but also how many guys are going to leave Austin. Sean Miller, by all reporting right now, although Texas has not officially announced it, although Xavier has announced that they are searching for their next head coach.
Pretty good indication, I would say.
There's lots of reports that Sean is already in Austin in a press conference Tuesday or Wednesday after he goes shopping for some swag. I don't know. UT is giving him $5 million, but not a golf shirt. I don't get it. But at the same time, the expectation is there, and the fact that Texas is paying Sean Miller more than $2 million a year than they were paying Rodney Terry tells you where they expect Texas basketball to be on the priority level. They could have, and you look at Texas sports and try to figure out where is men's basketball when you're looking at football, baseball, women's basketball, and for them to pony up not only the money to buy out Rodney Terry, but then to bring in a guy like Sean Miller, who has had success and is known as a program builder, which is what they need. But up the salary from $3 million a year to $5 million a year tells you where CDC expects Texas basketball to be, and that is always in the hunt. I know the Longhorn arrogance, we always expect to be there. What have they been to, one Final Four? But the expectation is they should be there, and now you can see they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Well, and look, we'll see how Sean Miller handles the pressure, because I have a feeling it wasn't this way at Arizona. It certainly wasn't this way at Xavier. It's going to be at Texas, and there's going to come pressure, and every single loss is going to be – he's going to feel it. It's just the way that it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. You would expect that from the University of Texas. So we'll see how he does and how he handles things and what kind of players he brings in and what he does. Texas, there's no reason the University of Texas should not be a player every year. They've just got too damn much money and too many ways to bring in quality talent.
Now, there's a lot of universities that feel the same. But you're right. And I look at Sean Miller and everything that he went through at Arizona, because that was a basketball school, right? I know they have a football program, but that was a basketball school. And following Lute Olson, the expectation there in Tucson. I mean, hell, that guy was part of an FBI sting. So I imagine he's dealt with some pressure before and some stuff that most college basketball coaches don't have to deal with. And, paying players, I mean, was it DeAndre Ayton that he was paying? That was what got him busted, right? Now he can do it with NIL money. But I mean,
a lot of it.
I don't know. I mean, you talk about pressure. You got the FBI listening in. He's been through it. He's been through it.
I don't think he's going to have any issue when it comes to money. And now it's all legal, and he doesn't have to worry about it. So, if he's not able to recruit big time talent to Texas, then there's an issue. There is, and to Rodney Terry's defense. Maybe he just wasn't ready. I fully expect Rodney Terry to get a job somewhere and get that experience he needs, and he'll be back at the big-time level, I would assume, sooner rather than later. Sean Miller, the expectation is day one. He's got to have a program there. I don't think there'd be much of a honeymoon period for Sean Miller.
There'll be none.
Yeah.
None.
So you got to get it done, and you got to get it done in a hurry, especially with the basketball conference that the SEC is turning into.
It's incredible. Speaking of basketball, on the local level, just seeing this cross from the San Antonio Express News. Rudy Bernal retiring after 40 seasons. Legendary, I mean legendary, San Antonio area high school basketball coach. 31 years at Lanier and the last 9.5 over at Antonian.
Uh-huh.
Finally calling it a career, and I say finally. 40 years of coaching basketball, and none better. If you guys might have heard him last week on the air with Rob on the Morning Huddle. Rudy Bernal, fantastic human being. Congratulations on a hell of a career, Coach.
Absolutely, and enjoy your retirement. You've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy.
Pro days going on all over the place. How many teams do you think showed up at UTSA's pro day today? We'll
NFL teams?
Yeah, NFL teams.
All right.
Yeah. Well, future Roadrunners in the pros. We'll talk about that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I tell you what, Connecticut Quality Water Softener, there'll be a lot of people showing up for that. And if you don't have one, you should. It is the best in the business. There's no doubt about it. It is the most popular water softener on the market. Been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. And I tell you what, I've got one in my house, and it is absolutely a game changer. Better than anything I've ever had. The showers are better. The clothes feel cleaner. The dishes come out of the dishwasher cleaner. And it's just, it really is a game changer. It's hard to describe because I was a skeptic. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think there was any way this could be any better than anything else I've ever had. But boy, I tell you what, it is. My expectations and then what happened, it's off the chart. It is the best in the business as advertised. What I love about it, you don't plug it in. It doesn't run on electricity. So there's none of that to break down or misfire or blow up or whatever the case may be. It runs on that kinetic energy, and it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is an outstanding product. If you don't have one, you need to treat yourself and get you one. And right now is a perfect time to do it because for a limited time, you're going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. Also going to give you $400 for your old water softener, and they're offering free money. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. You don't want to wait. This is a great deal, and it will end soon. So call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country. The number to call is 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can reach them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle. We're waiting until Thursday for Sweet 16, but there's players to talk about. Who do the Spurs like?
And Micah Parsons, where are we at? What's the holdup? What's the result if this doesn't get done? We'll talk about that and more. It's the Morning Huddle. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. Divorce is tough. It's emotional, challenging, and can upend everything you've worked hard for. But here's the truth. You have a choice. You can either let your spouse dictate the terms, or you can take control and protect your financial future. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about protecting what you've built, securing your assets, and ensuring you have the resources to move forward with confidence. You've worked hard for everything you have, and we're here to help safeguard it and avoid unnecessary losses. If you're serious about protecting yourself through the divorce process and securing your future, Barton & Associates is the team you need by your side. Call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Try Round Table Pizza's new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza. And don't forget to pair it with our irresistible shareables, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers, or golden potato wedges. The perfect bite to complement your meal. Find the nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself anymore, testosterone therapy or TRT may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. With over a decade of TRT experience, book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Imagine owning waterfront property on the Texas coast. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point, located on the highly sought-after Matagorda Bay. Secure your spot to see 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access from $49.9. That's right, just $49.9. This gated waterfront community features panoramic views, world-class fishing, a pool and cabana, boat launch and slips, fishing pier, dog park, storage, and more. It all happens this Saturday. 1 day only. Coastal waterfront properties starting at just $49.9. Call now to secure your private tour this Saturday. 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Appointments are limited, so call now and be sure to ask for event day specials and our helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. Get your piece of this coastal paradise. 210-853-0389.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. You can tweet at me, at Jason Minix. The station is at SA Sports Star. Same on Instagram. And if you go to Instagram, you see a great video of Joe Reinagel in the car. Car thoughts with Joe.
Exactly. Yeah, we can make that happen, right? But I did a little upset with Dan Hurley, the head coach of the UConn Huskies, who lost to Florida. Great game. UConn really outplayed them for the most part until the end. And then as Dan Hurley was leaving the court yesterday, well, he said this.
I hope they don't do that to you, man.
If you didn't hear what he said, there's a bunch of F-bombs in there.
Yeah.
The officials F them, and they hope they don't F you, Baylor.
Yeah. Not a great look for Dan Hurley, two-time defending national champion. The three-peat chance is over. And the reality is, UConn should have won that game. UConn should have won that game. And I can't say that I agree with him that the officials cost them the game.
No.
Were there some calls that went against them? Sure. That happens in every game. But Florida is lucky, and I don't know, feels like about 35% of the world has Florida winning it all. So a lot of people are thrilled that Florida won that game because their brackets are still alive.
I'm one of them, by the way.
Yeah. But the reality is, win with class. And it gets worse for UConn. Apparently, the reporter who posted the video, he got threatened by UConn's public information officer, which is just weird. The trying to find the guy said he was going to take it down or I'm going to ruin your life.
Yes.
In not so many words. And apparently the SID said this in front of other reporters. So the original reporter does have witnesses, and that's just not the way things work. When reached for comment, there was no denial of a threat.
instead a statement that said, quote, "The lasting image of Coach Hurley leaving the court should have been his walking off the court arm in arm with his seniors, overwhelmed with emotion. Instead, a reporter who was in an area he should not have been recorded on his cell phone private comments made to members of another coaching staff."
You know, that to me is just the lamest statement I've ever heard. If that's the reflection that everybody was supposed to see, then Dan Hurley should have kept his mouth shut. How about that? And then we're talking about, oh, did you see Dan? They knocked him off, two-time defending champs, and his seniors, he felt bad for him, and yada, yada, yada. But instead, we're talking about a couple of F-bombs aimed at the officials, and which is ridiculous to me. Look, I get losing. They hadn't lost in this tournament in the last 2 years, two-time defending champs. And, so you handle that. You handle success with class. He handled losing with no class. And then he goes on CBS afterwards just crying.
I didn't even, I would say going into the year, there's a lot, rewiring and things I got to do in the off season, because you just get caught up in this tidal wave of success that we've had, and you lose perspective. You struggle with the ego at times because you've been on this incredible run. So it'll be nice to get to a normal off season and just get back to myself as a coach and not have to throw out first pitches. You should only be ringing stock market bells and throwing out first pitches when you win the major championship. So, I won't have to do things like that. I'll be able to just kind of focus on the upcoming season, make better decisions with all aspects of coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you, Coach. You don't have to throw out first pitches and ring the stock market bell. Gee whiz.
The perks of winning championships are actually a major burden.
Just classless in my mind.
Win with class, lose with class. Now, the UConn Director of Communications, Bobby Mullen, I have a bigger problem with the threat to ruin a reporter's life if he did not remove a video. Because Dan Hurley might have been emotional and sincere with the tears and everything. But coming off, that wasn't a private conversation that was recorded.
No.
And you and I both, because of our jobs, have been in those tunnels.
Yep.
When the media is down there, you're generally in an area that you're allowed to be in, and they're generally pretty damn good about making sure you're where you're supposed to be, or more importantly, not where you're not allowed to be. So I don't know that I necessarily buy that the reporter was in an area that he wasn't supposed to be, especially knowing a lot of times it's in that tunnel and the players walk by and we see gazillions of videos of that kind of stuff happening. And it's not like he went up to a Baylor coach and was talking to a private. He was blurting it out for anybody to hear.
He was yelling. Yes.
So that's not a private conversation.
No, it was not a private conversation. And look, again, being in those tunnels, that was back in the day, Marcus Floyd's job, right, was to get the Spurs coming off the floor into the locker room. We all stood right there in the same spot, and you can do it at every arena there is. And so for that knucklehead to say he was in the wrong place, no, he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, unless that arena setup was different, but I am one calling BS on that, because that's generally one of the areas that the media is allowed. It's not like this guy was in the coach's locker room, because that's not allowed. They weren't in the locker room prior to the cooling off period. This is walking off the floor, right? I mean, you and I mean, my best ever tunnel story is the worst as a sports fan is in Miami, Game 6.
Yep.
We were all in that tunnel. The yellow ropes were out. The trophy was right there. Spurs were going to win a championship. We were in that tunnel, and from where we were in the tunnel, you couldn't see the court, so there was a little TV hanging on the on the wall, and we were all trying to watch that and couldn't believe what we had just seen on the television, and then watched the Spurs walk right past us as dejected as you could imagine.
And Greg Popovich never said that the officials effed him.
No.
Not once.
No.
Not once did he say that. And in fact, I've never heard him say that, publicly at least, and privately either, for that matter. But I'm just saying, you don't do that. You lost. Either way, handle it with class. I mean, show these young men that you're coaching how they're supposed to handle it. Now, what was the whole talk in the locker room? Yeah, we'd have won if it weren't for those damn refs. I mean, that's no message. It was one hell of a basketball game. And to go out and do that after you are the two-time defending champion is just, to me, was the no class whatsoever, Dan Hurley. None.
The tears, the talk of the love of your team, I buy all that. The heartbreak, but then to cry and talk about the burden of winning the last two,
throwing out pitches at games.
I didn't.
That's rough.
I didn't realize the cost of winning, Coach.
I didn't realize that there was a circuit for that.
And think about this. His name's been linked a lot to the Spurs. When and if
but keep in
Greg
mind,
Popovich retires.
He turned down the Lakers job.
He did.
All right, he turned that down.
But the way he runs his UConn system, he feels like a better fit in San Antonio than L.A. Now I kind of hope he stays in Stores.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, he seems pretty hardcore. I don't know if that flies in the NBA, does it? Maybe. Maybe it does, maybe not. I don't know.
It doesn't fly with LeBron. But who knows? Speaking of pro sports, over the next couple of days, we're 1 month away from the NFL draft. Pro days happening all over the place. Cam Ward had his pro day today in Miami. All 32 teams there, which is odd considering most expect him to go number 1 overall. Did have dinner last night with the Titans brass. About 100 NFL personnel at the Miami Pro Day today, including, I haven't seen the exact number, but I've seen a lot of people say several head coaches and general managers. All 32 teams at the Boston College Pro Day today. I imagine there's going to be a whole bunch of them flying to Austin either late tonight or early tomorrow because UT will have their Pro Day tomorrow. Quinn Ewers will certainly throw. UTSA had their Pro Day today. 13 UTSA players participated in the Pro Day today. 21 NFL teams showed up to watch UTSA and their guys go through their Pro Day.
I would say that's a successful amount.
Yep.
And good for UTSA to have that many people there from the NFL. Obviously, Zah Frazier is the guy they're looking at.
Yeah,
but
Zay.
I mean, Zay Frazier. But I mean, still, there's other guys that may have gotten a look that would have never gotten a look had this not happened. So hopefully it was very successful. But I'm impressed with that number.
I'm looking. Brandon Brown did 23 bench press reps. Oscar Cardenas did 22. Chris Carpenter ran a 4.4440. So like 6 seconds faster than James Fletcher. Joe Evans had 28 bench press reps. And, Joe's.
What's the weight on that? Do we know?
It doesn't say, but it's not. It's a lot.
I would assume it's a lot, but I don't know. I mean, scouts know what this means and what it means to them. I'm not sure what it means to the rest of us.
Looking at the videos, it wasn't the bar. I can tell you that. There was a lot of weights on there, And again, the bigger guys doing a lot more. Zay Frazier did 14 bench press reps, but he also had a 37-inch vertical jump.
That's a lot.
Sure.
At 3 feet? Trying to do math.
See, 12 inches is a foot.
Uh-huh.
There was 37-inch vertical.
So that's about 3 feet.
It's 3 feet 1 inch.
Okay.
Or 37 inches.
How about that?
Man, math is hard.
It is hard. I was never good at math, Minix. I don't know about you. It's not one of my strong suits.
I'm being told that they were bench pressing 225 pounds. Thanks, Jeff.
Wow. 225 pounds.
So you go to the gym a lot. Can you put 225 on there? And how many reps can you do?
No, I'll be honestly, in all transparency, probably none. I mean, 225 pounds is a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I don't usually do the bar like that. We do dumbbells, so one in each hand. And
Not 225?
No. I can usually go about 70.
70?
Well, yeah.
Oh, pounds.
On each.
So 140 total.
Each arm. Well, yeah, I guess.
Well,
however that works.
I mean, you're not doing.
For example, my brother, All right, he's a big dude.
Yeah, your brother's a bodybuilder.
Now he can do a few reps with 100.
Yeah,
but it's a lot harder when you're having to control that thing with just one arm.
So why don't you use a bar?
Well, we could.
Isn't that what it's there for?
Dude, I don't know. But this way, both arms and both chesticles get the same amount of workout.
Well, I think if you're using a bar, your chesticles are going to get an even workout.
Well, not really.
I mean,
because
you're, I know you're probably leaning one way or the other.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why your right chesticle is a little bit stronger than your left.
No, but think about it. If you got a straight bar,
yeah,
then if your right hand dominates, you might be pushing more on that side than you are the other. When you've got two weights in your hand, the same amount of weight, you've got to push equally.
Your trainer told you this, huh?
Yes.
All right, but do you push them equally?
You have to.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, of course you do.
I mean, you don't.
Unless he tells me not to, and then sometimes it's just one after the other, like,
Yeah.
You got to come to the gym one morning, Minix. You'd have a good time. We start working out at 8 o'clock.
Well, see, there's the problem. Gym and morning are two words in a sentence that don't equal Jason Minix.
Well, I don't think the afternoon equals Jason Minix either.
Well, I mean, gym, out.
Period, yeah.
Gyms, the restaurant, sure.
You going to take your walk around the block tonight?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Go for a walk.
Go for a walk.
I'm good with that. Are you going to walk around the block tonight?
No. I'm not.
You're going to go work on your chesticles.
Not today. Not today.
Well, you better get your workouts in. You're not going to. Are you going to go to the gym at Circa Las Vegas?
No.
Do they have a gym at Circa Las Vegas?
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do too. I just don't. I don't know.
I don't do that when I'm on vacation. Well, this is not vacation technically, but it's kind of like that. So no, I won't be doing that, but I'll be there tomorrow.
So y'all going on vacation this week, huh?
I gotta argue.
It's a working vacation.
Gotta argue
working
with my
on
buddy Ray.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's
Vacation
right.
Saturday, Sunday. Work. Dude, you got one show this week. It's coming up next. Then you're off the rest of the week at 6, right? Extra innings with pledge has been regulation for, I don't know, a while. Right?
It's been regulation?
Well, because there's no extra innings.
Oh.
Yeah. We've had regulation shows today.
Nice.
I don't know.
All right.
We're back tomorrow at 2.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.